Good Sunday morning to everybody. I hope everyone is doing good. Okay, Des, I got you. Leslie, don't submit. Leslie, I got you. Nana, good morning. Leslie, good morning. Des, good morning. Kate Bell, good morning. Mickey D, good morning. Kate Bell, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So a lot going on this week, you guys. A lot. So I don't know how many of you have been watching the lives or the community tab. There's been some stuff going on this week with the Sebastian Rogers case. MCK, good morning. A lot going on there. And the Madeline Soto case, you guys, the coroner, medical examiner, police, LE put out a release saying that the autopsy results of Madeline will not be released because she is a minor. So those results are not going to be released to us. So the only time we're going to find out exactly what came of that is if there is somebody charged with taking her life and it goes to trial. So we're not going to find out nothing about that unless somebody leaks something, like somebody from the family or whatever leaks something, because I'm sure her mother has the autopsy reports. That's when the only time I believe that we are going to get any of that is if she leaks it out or somebody in that family. Sebastian, I know that they have been back to the house. They have been back to the area of the house, and it seems like they're working their way out again from the house. In my updated read on Sebastian, I went over the two places that I had been drawn to. So if you haven't seen that video, go on back. Everything is under the live tab, you guys. Even though it's a read that I've uploaded, I use StreamYards to upload my reads, so they always are under the live tab. I don't use the video tab anymore because nothing goes to it. When I use StreamYards, it all goes to the live tab. Good morning, Compton. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. All our snow is gone. Surprise, shocker, right? It's like Mother Nature is like, I don't know, she's off her meds or something. I don't know. But it's 7 degrees out Celsius today. And we are supposed to get snow again this week. It's supposed to go up to 15 degrees, which is about 65. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But then it's dropping right back down and we're going to get snow again. It's crazy. It's crazy, you guys. Courtney, let me get you written down here. And you want to hear from Mike? I got you. Mickey D says that I just heard an arrest will be made soon. I believe so too. I do believe so too. Contut says it's cold. Where are you, Contut? Sorry for the earbud wearers. I just popped open my coffee here. I love this mug. I wish I could get mugs like this made with my logo on them, because you can turn this thing upside down. Look at that, upside down. You can shake them, everything, and they're not going to leak. They've got a really good seal on them. Aw, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's been nice since last night. Um, it's been like in the minus for a few days, and then late yesterday afternoon into the evening, it got warmer than it had been during the day. And today it's 7 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah. And then tomorrow it's supposed to go up to, like, I know in Fahrenheit it's going to be like 64, 65 degrees. And then Thursday, Friday, it's dropping down to -2 Celsius again, and we're going to get snow. Nana T, hello, 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 and good morning. Nice to see you. So yes, in the Sebastian Rogers case, they have been starting again at the house and working their way out again. Northwest Iowa. Got people from all over here. Kate says, how has everyone been feeling building up to this eclipse? I was a mess the past 3 weeks. Finally feeling some relief. Yeah. I don't know. It's been up and down for me, but it's been like a lot of health issues. So I don't know if that's part of it. It seems like my sinuses have finally broke. So I'm not getting them sinus headaches and that. Is that part of this eclipse? I don't know, but something had to give. I went to the eye doctors and now found out I need to buy 2 sets of eyeglasses, one for reading and one for driving. It's like if I'm just driving and I've just got to watch what's around me and that, I'm good. But to see farther down the road and be able to read a sign from like half a block away, forget it. Ain't happening. I guess it comes with the age. Good morning, Debbie. Nice to see you. Leslie says, I'm right in the middle of it here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas. That's somewhere I would love to visit. Little Rock, Arkansas. We got to stay away from Tennessee, though, you guys. We got to stay away from Tennessee. So much is going on in Tennessee. Like all these kids that are going missing, and it's been crazy, crazy, crazy in Arkansas, in Tennessee. I was going to say Arkansas, Tennessee. Kate Bell. Good morning, my love. I've got you, Kate Bell. And I'm assuming you want the black deck, Kate. Leslie says it's a beautiful state. Yeah, I've had some family that went to Little Rock for a family reunion, I believe it was. And they said it's just beautiful. Like so much of Canada is flat. You know, like we've got the mountains and that out in BC, and we've got some really pretty ocean areas out in the East Coast, like in New Brunswick and PEI and stuff like that. But nothing like some places in the States. And it's like, I finally got my passport renewed. I got that for 10 years, so I don't got to worry about it for another 10 years. So yeah, it's a place that I would love to go and see. And oddly enough, I would love to go to Colorado. I would love to go to Colorado and bang into Barry Morphew. You know what I mean? Let's just see my stream settings here. Is my stream okay, you guys? I know where our internet comes from. It comes from Toronto up to Ottawa area, and then it goes from Toronto to Montreal also. And if there's storms and that happening anywhere between Toronto and Ottawa or Toronto and Montreal, forget it. Like we're done. Like our internet is crap. Miss Missy, I got you, and good morning. Good morning. Leslie says, my brother lives in the Denver area. He loves it. It looks beautiful out there. In Colorado. And Leslie says the hotels have been sold out for a year for the eclipse. Wow. It's a big thing to some people, eh? It's like, I don't know. I'll be sitting here working as the eclipse happens. And so if it will be live actually with the Chad Daybell stuff. It's supposed to happen on Monday, right? Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about, Kate Bell says Airbnbs are full too. Yeah. Here's Missy. Here's Missy. What was I just going to say now? Yes, Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do come Monday, you guys. I found out on Friday, covering the Chad Daybell, they were supposed to like eliminate 16 people from each side. Prosecution had 16 they could eliminate. The defense had 16 they could eliminate. That was supposed to happen on Friday. But what the judge did is he brought in a whole new group. For those of you who were in the live on Friday, it's like, why is he asking them the same questions he's already asked them during the first stage? Well, it's because it was a whole new group that had been brought in. He now, instead of just getting to the 50 mark, he wanted to get, I think, to the 60 mark, and he didn't. He got to 57. So why he wanted to go that far, I don't know. But it's like 50 was the mark because the prosecution could get rid of 16. The defense could get rid of 16 with no questions asked. They didn't even need a reason. And that left 18 for the jury itself, 12 jurors and 6 alternates, which would bring it to 18, right? So now that he's added these 7 more, it's an odd number, number one. So do each side get 3 more? Like, do they each get 19 now? And there's the odd one out? I don't know. I don't know why he did that. So, yes, the Chad Daybell case. I'm going to be covering it. I covered the first day of jury selection just so everybody could see how jury selection goes for the ones who have never seen that before. And then I covered it Friday because I figured it was going to be, they got the jury. You know what I mean? Out of the 50 that were selected out of the larger pool, they were going to get rid of 16 each, which is 32, and have their 18 for the jury, which is 12 jurors and 6 alternates. But he went beyond that and selected 7 more. So now we're at 57. So we should have been going into opening statements Friday afternoon or first thing Monday morning. Now, first thing Monday morning, what's going to be happening is now they got to get rid of those extra jurors and pick the jury. So I don't know if I cover that because it's boring. It's like questions that they've already asked. And how do you feel about the death penalty they've already asked? And are you biased and this and that and blah, 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 blah. I think I wanted to just go on to now covering from opening statements, because that's where the meat and potatoes is, right? That's what we want to know. We want to get this trial going. So what I think I'll do is I'll cover maybe an hour or so of it and see how it goes, and then just end it. And then start up again when opening statements start, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And it's going to be hard on me too, because I'm going to be here every day, which means my whole life is put on hold to live stream this trial for the next 2 months. So any extra little bit of time that I've got to get other things like updated reads on cases, information lives like that bring out new information, my private reads, my Sunday reads, like I'm doing all this myself, and I've got to do thumbnails and descriptions and tags and this and that for each and every one of those. You know what I mean? Getting every day's live up and running. So even though the court session is done, I'm not done yet, because now I got to get everything set up for the next morning. So it is very, very time consuming. And it's going to consume my life for the next 2 months. I'm not going to have time to do anything. So I'm hoping that one day throughout the week, They give the jurors the day off because I've got to go and get fitted for 2 sets of glasses. I've got blood work I got to do. I got an updated CAT scan I got to get done. So what I'm going to have to do on those days is really rely on my mods that I will get the stream up and running for covering the court every day of the trial. And I will have to just pop out and go and do what I've got to do to get my glasses, to get these tests done and this and that, and just rely on my mods to keep things running good in chat. So yeah, like I need a clone of myself. It's a lot of work. Like, I don't think a lot of people, unless they have a channel, realize how much work this actually is. Like in the mornings, just for my Sundays, for the mini reads, it takes me 2.5 hours to get set up. I got to do my meditation. I've got to clear my cards. I got to clear energies. Then I've got to get this stream set up. I've got to clear my cards. The meditation is a big part of that too. So there's a lot of things in going into setting up. You got to get your thumbnail, you got to get your description, you got to get your tags, you got to get it out there. You got to post it on YouTube, you got to post it on Twitter and Facebook, whatever other things that you've got going on. You know what I mean? And when that falls onto just one person, it is a lot of work. So think about that. For every single day, I've got to do that just for the live stream. Then on top of that, get things ready to be released for during the week, which could be updated reads or planning, another live stream in between other things. You know what I mean? I don't think I can do 2 live streams at the same time. So it's going to be tough, you guys. So if there's any like breaking news, stuff like that, I'll have to wait till the end of the trial day to go live with that. So my day is still not done. And then I still got to get set up for the next day for the live stream for the trial. It's a lot of work. And here it's, they're 2 hours behind me. So when they finish at 5 o'clock, their time, it's really 7 o'clock at night, my time. So I'm doing this through dinner, everything. So it's like, how do you prepare dinner and stuff like that? So I am going to have to be popping out of chat. I'm trying to get, I'll show you without showing you. This here, you guys, is just the file on trying to get my own income tax done. Like, this is a thick file of stuff I've got to get done for my income tax. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to be streaming the court and everything from my desktop. I will be recording updated reads and private reads on my phone using the camera on my phone. And I'm going to be doing my income tax and all that stuff on my laptop. And then overlooking everything, if I'm on the go, I'll bring my iPad with me so I can, it's craziness. Not enough time in the day, Mickey D. Right on the nailed it. So it's time consuming. And when you're one person doing it all, it does. Like I pray to baby Jesus every night to get me through it. So that's what I got coming up. And then at the end of this, I will probably take a week off. I think I'm going to need it. So with that being said, anything else that you guys miss, Missy? Miss Missy, you put in for a read. And thank you. Thank you for also your support and your super chat. I love you. You guys are the greatest. You guys are just awesome. So I know a lot of people are complaining about the ads in the lives. Right now, I've got my ads turned off, but that doesn't mean that you guys aren't going to still get ads. That's YouTube. I cannot control that. And as far as the trial, the ads are going to be on because that's like 12 hours of my day. You know what I mean? I've got to make something on it. So with that being said, it's a lot of work. So I hope you guys understand. And even though I turn off the monetization on my end, those of you who don't have YouTube Premium are still going to get the ads. And you're going to get that on any YouTube channel, whether they've got the monetization on or off. So the monetization is going to be on for the lives covering the trial because it's only fair to me. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody would do it and not make at least a little something. And we don't make a lot. If I make like $8 a day in ad revenue, depending on how many people are in the room, I'm lucky. So we're not getting rich off of the ads, believe me. And now YouTube is taking 42% from us Canadians. I don't know how it's working. I got to talk to some of the creators I know in the US. But I know in Canada, we're getting docked 42% that YouTube keeps of every and all revenue. Super chat, super stickers, super thanks, memberships, ads. They keep 42% from us. So, I mean, it's a lot of work for not a lot of money. So I do it because I love to do this, but I also need to at least make something, even if it's the $8 a day in the ad revenue. The super chats really help, and I'm going to see how it goes, because if it's taking way too much of my time and I'm just not able to do it financially, it may be that I can't cover the whole thing, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So you guys with your super chats and being here and not complaining about the ads really help. The subscriptions, the memberships, it all helps. Every little bit helps. Being here and watching my videos helps. Nana T, I got you. And you want the black. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out of the way for you guys. We're going to get the cards shuffled up. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about in the cases before we get started on the mini reads? I want to watch, but my teenager is giving me attitude. Oh, Danielle. Good morning, Danielle. Good morning, Norma. Good to see you guys all here. We're going to do it a little differently this morning. This is a new deck that I have been working with, and I really like it. So we're going to be using this deck this morning, as well as the tarot and the black deck. So you get a choice. If you want more information on your read, you can opt in to get either the black deck for more information, or you can get a message from heaven from the Talking to Heaven. Riley Strain, absolutely. That is foul play. Absolutely. I do not believe what they are trying to sell us. I'm not buying it. Riley Strain, yep. I do believe that is foul play. One of the biggest things with the Riley Strain case is his family, his friends, everybody says he wears a belt. Okay. So you get somebody that has their pants on with a belt. We all know what happens if you go into the water, your body bloats. So if you're wearing a belt, it's going to be even harder for your pants to just come off in the water. Okay. Because you're going to bloat. That's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. It's going to bloat up around that belt. Those pants aren't coming off. And they would have found those pants. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't believe it whatsoever. All his wallet and his phone is gone, but one of his cards was found near the bank of the river, which I think one of the homeless people threw it there. There was no dirt or nothing on it, so it had been recent, and it was like 8 days after he had gone missing. They found that bank card, and it wasn't even dirty or nothing. After 8 days of being out in the elements and everything, that bank card would have been dirty. And it's all dirt and mud and everything down there. It would have been dirty, and it wasn't. So somebody had that bank card. How did they get that bank card? Right? His wallet's not found. I'm sure that's going to turn up somewhere unless somebody tossed it in a dumpster. His phone, I think they're going to, whoever has his phone, they're going to sit low with it for a while. And then later down the line, try and maybe sell it or something. As long as it's off, it can't be tracked, right? Yeah, cowboy boots too. Like, cowboy boots are hard to get on and off. And don't forget, his feet would have started bloating. Your body bloats, which would have made those boots so tight, they wouldn't have come off. So no, I believe it's foul play. And yet his shirt and underwear were on. That's another thing. His underwear were still on, right? Doesn't make any sense. So I do believe that there's foul play there. Yeah, I think they just want this to go away because it's bringing so much negative attention to the area. So I think that they just want this to go away, and this is the easiest way for them to close this case, right? Nothing to see here. Move along. So, I don't know. What do you guys all think? I don't think it's possible. The same as the Sebastian Rogers case. There's no forced entry, right? This child leaves the house. They're trying to say he left that house with no shoes. Now, what I've come to find out too is BJ's, she could have bought him another pair of shoes at BJ's. And he could have wanted to wear them. Put them on, wear your new shoes. So she could take his shoes home. Look at all his shoes are here. I want to know what she bought at BJ's. Because apparently they sell shoes there. Right? No trace of him. Now, she works for a Brink security company, but they got no security on their own house. Right? Convenient, eh? Also, there's no forced entry. There's nothing on video of him leaving, right? There's other houses in and around theirs, okay? So even though here's their house, say across the street here had a camera, but this one and this one didn't. This one, and this one did. This one might have. This one. There's other places around there that had cameras that didn't pick up anything. Right? A kid just doesn't vanish and disappear like that. And I'm scared that this is going to turn into another Summer Wells case. Another thing that hit me was he left with no shoes, no coat, no backpack, no nothing. If he was going to run away, like she is trying to say, he would have taken stuff with him that was important to him. And he would have had shoes on. It was cold out, and a coat. It was cold out. She's trying to lead you to believe somebody kidnapped him. Somebody took him, but there's no forced entry. Right? There's questions that I would have wanted answered and asked. Nancy Grace, I find she gave them an out because she asked a lot of, I loved her questions. She's nailing things down. She's nailing them into yet another story. I loved that. But I would have liked to see other questions being asked where she wasn't giving them the answer already. You know what I mean? So they would really have to be on the spot and think of something quick. have them in 2 separate rooms. Now, Nancy Grace also offered to give Chris a lie detector. He said, name the time and place, I'll be there. And now he's backed out. Well, now law enforcement has said, guess what, buddy? Get in here. We want a polygraph, right? Also, the 3 major things that happened to Sebastian, we found out now that when he was young, 7 or 8, he was SA'd by a 13 to 15-year-old babysitter, and Katie never got him the right help. They got a psychiatrist for him to talk to, but it wasn't somebody that was specialized in this kind of trauma. So that's what upset Seth. So the SA happened on her watch. The beating with a belt happened on her watch. And I'm going to tell you something about that beating. Okay. Chris slipped up and said, well, what else do you do with a 15-year-old kid? You give him a belt, right? Well, and then he tried to say that it happened like 3 years ago. But Sebastian only turned 15 in December, 3 months ago. At this time of the interview, it was 3 months, not 3 years. So that's why that 3 was significant in my read, right? So he lied about it being 3 years ago. So how much, like, was he recalling something, another beating he gave him from 3 years ago? I don't know. Had Sebastian been being beat for these 3 years and finally had enough and said something about it? That's what I think happened. I'm going to get into that. So he's SA'd on Katie's watch. He's beaten on Katie's watch, and he goes missing on Katie's watch. 3. 3, 3, 3. There's so many 3s in this, you guys. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, she just didn't want him no more. Why not just give him up to Seth? She already knew he was going to be going to Seth's. I think that something happened. I think that there was an ultimatum. The marriage obviously was on the rocks for him not coming home for the whole month to even see his wife. He's having, I think, an affair somewhere else. We've already got a waitress that says that he was flirting with her, and if she wanted to hook up with him, he would have went for it. Like that's the kind of conversation he was having with her. So their marriage was on the rocks, and I think he said, I don't want nothing with this Sebastian thing, right? And now what's come out is motive. Chris had said that Seth better shut the F up or he's going to bring everything out. He's trying to say that, if you read behind the lines, Chris was calling Sebastian a predator and blamed Sebastian for him not having his daughter because he felt Sebastian would do something to his daughter. That's what he was implying. So I already knew, because it had already come out in the read, that he had no love for Sebastian. He didn't even like Sebastian. That came out in one of the very first reads. So what problem does that cause if now Sebastian is saying, like, I've had enough? Did he just get beaten with the belt? Because Chris messed up and said, what else would you do to a 15-year-old? I whacked him with the belt. Sebastian only turned 15 in December, so something happened. And I think Sebastian was getting fed up. And I think he said to his mom, like, I think he overheard conversations where she was saying, oh, I just can't wait to get rid of him and this and that and whatever. It'll be just me and you, baby, or whatever conversations. And Chris saying that he's not coming home until Sebastian's gone because this was a plan that he was leaving, right, at the end of the school year. Well, she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait, number one. Number two, I feel like Sebastian had started getting vocal and saying that he was going to tell somebody about what was going on. They couldn't chance that because then they would both be charged with child abuse, right? They couldn't let that happen. So they knew once he went to his dad's that he was going to tell about the abuse, and they couldn't have that happen. So I feel they concocted this. He's gone missing. Somebody's taken him. Because if he goes to Seth's and tells Seth everything that's been happening to him, charges are going to be laid, and they're both going to jail, depending on how bad this child abuse actually was. Right? That's my thoughts and theory. They had to get rid of him. They couldn't let him just go to Seth's, because he would have said everything to Seth what's been happening to him. And right up to recently, because Chris blurted that out when he said, "What do you do to a 15-year-old? You whack him with the belt." So I whacked him with the belt, or something along them lines. Um, Sebastian only turned 15 in December, so I think the abuse had been getting worse. Seth also said that Sebastian had told him that he didn't feel like they liked him. And we've seen in their interviews, you guys, where they are like degrading Sebastian. He pees his pants. Why are you putting his stuff out there? You know what I mean? Why are you saying stuff like that about your child and sharing that with the world? You know what I mean? It's just, oh, there are not too many pictures of him because he's goofy. Like, what? But the day before he goes missing, you're taking all these pictures to show, look at, I took him to bowling and I took him here and I got to have him around other people. So other people see the day before he goes missing, everything was fine. He was happy. I think this was planned, you guys. I think they planned it. If not both of them, Katie. I think Katie, and she's proved it since Sebastian's gone missing, that she cares more about Chris than she does Sebastian. She took off with Chris. When Nancy Grace asked, well, why are you there with Chris? Well, I want to follow my husband for his job. She quit her job, stopped her studies, and left home. And if you think that he was a runaway or got taken, what if he came back? There's nobody there. You know what I mean? And why would you leave your home when your child is still missing? It doesn't make any sense. So I do believe she 100% is involved. And who's to say, somebody brought this up in the comment section on my video, who's to say that Seth didn't put his phone, hang on a second. Who's to say that one of them called each other, Seth left his phone on where he was in Houston or wherever he was, Katie left her phone on at home, and then she could have taken Sebastian and went, if Sebastian even made it home, which I don't think he did, she could have waited for it to get really dark and then go and move him from where she first dumped him and put him in a better hiding spot. Her phone is on and so is his. That's an alibi. I'd like to see their phone records to see if this is a normal thing of them talking 3 hours a night on the phone. And how can you be talking 3 hours on the phone or more and yet be studying and reading a chapter? Who can read and talk on the phone at the same time? Especially if you're studying for something, for school. No. So I'd like to see their phone records to see how often they did this and how recently they started doing these 3-hour phone calls, right? And it's funny that the 3-hour phone call was almost the exact amount of time they would need for him to get from where he was to the house. Right? Did she meet him halfway? But I believe that on the way home from that roadhouse, she put him somewhere and then went back later when it was really, really dark and people were starting to go to bed and stuff. And as she said, you don't see nothing on the neighbor's camera. You can't see if somebody leaves. You know what I mean? It's all grainy. It's too grainy. I don't know. Just too much for me. I don't believe a word they say. Yes, they could have also had different phones. They could have had throwaway phones that they contacted each other on during that time, right? So, I don't know. I think it was more like 3.5 hours. So he gets there within the 3 hours. They got, like, say, half an hour to get him somewhere else, do something, or for Chris to take him. And then Katie get back to the house, hang up the call. That automatically ends it on his end too. And his phone's still there. It automatically ends the call on his end. He doesn't even have to be there for that call to end at midnight when she says they hung up. He told me to go to bed. Right? And for him, like some of the questions that he jumped in and answered was like, how do you know? You weren't there. How do you know that, Chris? Holly, I've got you. So it's getting like, I already know. It's come out in the read. I already know. Law enforcement's got to get them on this. Law enforcement's got to step up. So with that being said, we are going to start the read, you guys. And yes, Mickey D, they could have had different phones. Absolutely. Right? Hello, Positive Vibes, Crazy Graham. And Mickey D. Mary Michael. Danielle. I'm trying not to miss anybody here. And Holly. Welcome. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Law enforcement has really got to step up here. Happy birthday, Cindy Collins. Happy birthday. Cindy Collins, 75 years young today. Happy birthday. Big hugs. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day, Cindy Collins. Okay, so who do we get up first? Des. Oh, you guys are great. Holly just celebrated her 69th birthday on the 5th. Happy birthday. Big love. Hugs. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, all our April babies. Happy birthday. So we got 75 years young and 69 years young. You're very welcome. Okay, so we got Des. Like I said, we're using this new deck today. I find it's very good. It's a very on point. A whale. The communication. Okay, so I'm going to read this. The whale talks about communication. There's communication that needs to happen. This is what it says. You are encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, but still retain your power. Okay? So, what is this? Okay? I think we talked, not this morning, but not in our conversation this morning, but in our conversation last night, Des. I think we talked about this. It's like time to get on the phone to the lawyer and start getting things moving. So, let's see what this is about. Communication. You got the whale. Communication with the whale. We got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Got Six of Pentacles in the upright. The Six of Pentacles talks about clarity, getting clarity on things that are going on that are leaving you in maybe a state of not being able to plan ahead, not being able to know what to expect from day to day. Okay, so this is falling in line with your communication. There needs to be communication that happens. The Six of Pentacles also talks about getting clarity on stuff and regarding some kind of employment. So the Pentacles also talk about finance and stability. So I think there could be a change in somebody's finances that you need clarity on also. That needs to happen. So let's get another one and see. Death. So we also got the death card with this. This is the ending of something. This doesn't necessarily have to mean a physical death, okay? But to me, this is like something has to end. Something has to be put to rest so you can move on from this situation, move on in your life. I feel like there's things that are holding you and binding you to where you are. And I feel like some of that is your own doing, whether it's, I don't like to put your stuff out there, but I'm almost feeling like sometimes you're scared to have to let go of certain things. Um, but this is an end of a cycle because a new beginning is wanting to form for you, but that can't happen until you let go and you let this change happen. With the Six of Pentacles, I would be concerned about somebody's income. There could have been a change in somebody's income that may affect you. I think that you need to really look into that. And this is all about communication. I really do feel like you need to get on the phone and start making some phone calls and get things set in stone and know where things are going. I think a lot of maybe stress and worry is about the unknown. And that needs to be settled, I think, once and for all. And once that is settled, I think that you're going to be able to move on in a direction with better outcomes than maybe what you've been getting. So let's see what else this can bring out with the black deck. I feel like sometimes you sabotage yourself. I haven't really seen that self-sabotage, but I'm getting self-sabotage for some reason. I generally think you have a pretty good outlook on things, but there's, you know, things that you don't always tell me. So I'm putting it out there that I am getting it, even though you may not have even spoken to me about stuff like that. But I feel like there's some self-sabotage going on there too. The fear of the unknown, I think we all have a little bit of fear of the unknown, but I think there's something there that goes above and beyond just a little fear. Come on. What is going on with the black deck today? They don't want to pop out. There, just as I say that. And you got quite a few that popped out. Usually I only take a couple out of here, but I will take the ones that have come out. They've come out for a reason. See, this is the separation. There's a separation right now between you and him. And I feel like, I don't know if, to me, for what this card stands for with the missing you and everything that's on here, the unsure of the future is also on here. And I feel like that has really been prominent during the separation. Almost like there's certain things that you're really going to miss when this is finalized. Wanting things to have turned out differently, but they didn't. This is healing from the heartbreak. You got to heal from that before you can move on. The photograph, this is like reminiscing about the past. You got to let the past go. This is meeting somebody new and getting back out there. And I think that even though you're not just sitting around not looking for this, I feel like there's lessons that are going to be learned and have been learned so far. But I feel like you really can't meet somebody that you're going to be really serious and gung-ho for that's going to work out until this is finalized. The seduction. This is flirting, dating, hooking up. Third-party interference, and I feel like the third-party interference, we know what that is. Like you truly can't give your all to a new relationship right now while this is still looming in the background. So I do feel like this has to, you got to get this communication going. Communicate about this. Pick up that phone, call a lawyer, and this has got to be done. It's got to be done and over with for you to be able to heal, to move forward, to separate that part from like the past from the present and from the future. There's got to be a clear cut there and a separation of those things, to be able to move on. The photograph, this is always looking back. To me, that's looking back. You know, at what could have been, maybe should have been. It wasn't. It didn't turn out that way, so you've got to let it go. And the third party interference is really going to interfere with this until it's finalized. So that is for you, Desiree. Okay, now we're going to kind of take a little bit of a turn here, because you want to know what a certain person is up to. And this could be one of many, but we know who it is. So let's see what this person is up to. I know what name I'm saying in my head. Let's see what this person is up to. Self-love, all about himself. Self-love, all about himself. The peacock. You will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinably unique. There is a deep of wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. This is all about himself. Like, I don't have a problem with people loving themselves. That's something that we all need. We need to love ourselves before we can love anybody else. But is there a level of self-love that some people take things to a different level, where you become narcissistic and like just putting yourself above and beyond everybody else at no matter what cost? Not taking other people's feelings. Like, there's a level that you can get to that's not healthy. And this wanted to come out, so I'm going to take it. Love yourself, yes. Don't let yourself be used, abused, talked down to, stuff like that. Yes. If something doesn't fit for you, get out. Yes. But I feel like there's some people that take it to a higher level, where they actually think so much of themselves that everybody else is below them. And that's where I think he is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And like I said, usually you're only supposed to get 2 cards from here. Oh, come on. There is tons that came out. And like I said, if they come out, I'm going to take them. And these two. So we're going to try and get through these very quickly. Obviously, there's a lot going on with this person. We've got the Knight of Wands. This is being reckless. This is somebody who's being very reckless. He's showing off. He's abusive. And this is in the reverse. We've got the Three of Cups, which is in the reverse, which is a betrayal. And like I said before, these even come out with this self-love. Some people go above and beyond, and they start thinking themselves better than everybody else, or better than somebody else in particular. And I think that that's what's coming out here. He's been very reckless. He's a show-off. He's abusive. So in this aspect here with the Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like if somebody puts him in his place or tries to knock him down a notch, he's going to get verbally abusive. He's a show-off. He tries to make himself look better than what he is. Then we've got the Three of Cups coming in reverse. This is a betrayal. This is like toxicity. Wow. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is upright, which is weird, because this is a younger person. But he has a crush on. He's crushing on somebody that whoever this crush is with somebody, they're going to be much younger than him for some reason. We got the Lovers in reverse. Like, things are right out of balance with him. I think that he is latching on to anybody that is going to boast him, that's going to reinforce the confidence that he has in himself. And like I said, there's no reason that you shouldn't have confidence in yourself, but there's a healthy level. And then there's a level beyond there where you start treating other people like shit because you think you're so much better than them. So I do feel like, there's the Lovers in reverse is a lot of disloyalty. There's a lot of infidelities. He's never going to be happy with just one person. We've got the Four of Cups also in reversed. This is basically, we've got, oh my God, we got the Page of Cups, we got the Four of Cups there too. This is, he doesn't feel like he has any other choice but to act the way he's acting. Being questioned by too many people, and instead of like dealing with things individually as they happen, he's just dealing with them all on the same level. He's feeling like he's in a position where he feels like he's trapped. So he's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. It's really weird. But I do feel like he's about to get a reality check. We've got the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords, to me, this is a bully. Always wanting to get your way, to me, it's a bully. The Five of Swords for me is a bully. He's going to bully his way through things at all costs. He wants to win. There's a lot of resentment he feels here. He will cause conflict where there is none, just so he gets his way. And that's what I mean about this bully. The Five of Swords to me is a bully card. You see how he's got all the swords here and the others are walking away with nothing? To me, that's a bully. The Ten of Wands feels like he's overworked. Too many burdens. He's got too many burdens that he's finding it hard now to juggle everything. The Eight of Cups in reverse. This is a fear of he's leaving things and doing things before it can be done to him. So like in relationships, I'm going to leave and I'm going to cause stuff so this person feels my pain. I'm going to leave them before they leave me, type thing. This is like he's very stubborn. He's got a huge fear of being abandoned and ending up alone. So this is why he's going from person to person to person to person. He's ending things because he's fearful that they're going to do it first. So he gets any little wind of something being out of whack, he's just going to on to the next one. He's already got another one lined up, actually. So there's a lot of infidelities, even in boyfriend, girlfriend dating relationships. There's all kinds of infidelity all over this. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles to me is about just going home. I think that he just wants, like, seeing the way his life is now, he wants to be able to go back to, even though it wasn't everything that he wanted it to be, it's almost like, at least I knew what to expect. So I think that's the only regret really that he has, because I do think that he likes this freestyle life and going from woman to woman to woman and always having a second one in the wait in case this one doesn't work. I feel like he's also missing, even though he claims that it wasn't the best situation to be in when you guys were together, at least he knew what to expect. He feels like he can't trust people either. So, and I know that that was one big thing, that he always knew that he could trust you. You know what I mean? And now he's not so sure, because now he's opened that cage, right? Where he's put you in a position where you're going to defend yourself now. Whereas before you just let a lot of things go and just believed in everything he said and did. And that he could trust you that way. Now he can't. But that's his own doing. He broke your trust. So now you can't trust him. So there's a regret there with that. So even though it wasn't the best situation, he feels that it was better than what he had, but there's no going back now. So let's see this. That's a lot of cards like this. Ugh, I don't like them. Anyway. Okay, that one wanted to come out. See this one too? The looking back with the photographs. He keeps looking backwards. And the Hammer, this is sabotage. This is sabotaging and rebuilding. And it came out here. I already said this here. The Hammer, look at, is sabotage and rebuilding. This is repetitive stuff, doing repetitive stuff. You can't continue to do the same thing expecting a different result, right? This is the repetitive. Sabotaging things, breaking up relationships, and already having somebody else waiting in the wings. And this is looking back. This is the fear of looking back. This is looking back. And these two are going hand in hand. Although it wasn't what I wanted and I wasn't totally happy, at least I knew where I stood and I knew what to expect. Whereas now I don't. So that's what's really eating at him. He never knows what to expect. Whereas when you guys were together, he knew exactly what to expect and what would happen in certain situations. So he is reminiscing and thinking back about that also and wondering where the changes could happen. But like he's on a collision course as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Oh, Crazy Graham. Let me get you written down here, Crazy Graham. And you want to hear from Donnie? Okay, let me just go back and chat here a bit. Miss Missy, happy birthday this week. Happy birthday this week, Missy. I don't have my other phone either anymore, but I will try to jump on my iPad and I've got to remember. I will get sister to remind me, my memory. But big hearts, love, hugs, kisses for my sister, Missy, for her birthday this week. Okay. Holly. Where did I just see that? Jason. Okay, you want a message from heaven from Jason instead of the black deck, Holly? I got you. I will put that in here that you want to hear from your son, Jason, with the talking to heaven. I got you. I don't see the chat when I'm doing a read, you guys. I have to look over there for chat just so I don't get off track here with the chat flying by. Now, Holly, I don't know if your whole read is going to be regarding your son, Jason. You will definitely get a message from Jason with the message from heaven. The rest is just a mini read. It's whatever your ancestors, your loved ones who have crossed over, what they think you need to know. It's more of like a guidance. It's more of like an informative. In the mini reads, it's whatever comes out, comes out. If you want an in-depth read, you can email me and get a paid private read on your son if you just want that topic. We don't know. Missy, talk to your loved ones who've crossed. Tell them what you need them to bring out for you today. If someone passed on March 6th, would your ancestors be able to connect with him? Asking for a friend. Not. Can't sign up and miss one syllable of Daring Deeds first read. First one was pretty good. Just got in. It all depends. This isn't Mary Michael, and I am trying to catch up in chat here, so please bear with me, and then we will continue with the reads. It all depends. It depends on them and what kind of energy they have been able to build, and whether they want to communicate. Right? It's not up to us. Like I can't force cards to come out to answer certain questions, right? It all depends on them. Whether number one, if they choose to communicate or pass you a message, and two, if they have built up the energy to be able to do so yet. March 6th, it's been a month. Usually I like to give it at least a month, but you never know. They could on, the same day have the energy if they really want to communicate that bad, they can. That's where they take energy, right? Instead of building up their energy slowly, they just take it. Like all of a sudden your phone will go dead because there's no more. They've taken the energy out of your phone, the battery. They've used that to build their energy. Hang on, I'm just trying to get mama set up over here. So there's no real answer to that, Mary Michael. It all depends on them. Yes, and Dez's birthday is on the 13th. I love you. Yes, happy birthday to everybody in April. Correct, sister? Correct? Yes, I got this deck and this deck about a month and a half ago, and I have been working with them. And I felt with how I've been working with them and some of the pulls that I do in the morning when I already know what came out in previous polls. I want to see how accurate they were being, and they were spot on. So that's why I've continued to use these ones. Tomorrow, I may not be drawn to these ones. You know what I mean? It's all depends on which ones I'm drawn to. If I pick them up and I'm not drawn to them, I put them down. I want to be drawn to them, and I want them to be at 100% as well as myself. So I've worked with this specific deck and this specific deck for about a month, just over a month now, and got used to them and what information they can bring out. And I find that this is good. And I feel that it fits good with the mini reads because it brings out, I was getting a lot of negative stuff from the other tarot deck and my other oracle deck. A lot of negative was coming out. And I feel like there were certain things that were drawing negativity. And I didn't want that. Okay. I'm not saying that you don't need to know some negative things that are going on, but when it gets constant like that, I feel like I've got to change it up. I feel like I was drawing more from my ancestors that led a very negative life instead of trying to balance it. So I've got a good balance here now. I've got positive and I've got negative. So if there's positive things you need to know, they're going to come out. If there's negative, it's going to come out. Now, the positives still did come out in the other decks, but I feel like they needed to take a rest for a while because there was just too much negativity. They were more focused on the negativity. I want to try and get more positive things. But if the negative is something that is really going to affect you, I want it to still be able to come out. So that's why I'm still using the tarot also. So hopefully that explains that. You're very welcome. Speaking of now you guys know my Ancestor deck cannot be made by me or anybody else for you. You have to have your own elders, an aunt, a cousin, somebody related to you, make this deck for you. Okay. And what you do is you sit down and you go over all these people who have crossed over that are connected to you. You can go as far back as you want to go in your ancestry. And then you build your deck based on things that they did while here in the physical world. Okay. I tended to want a criminal deck. I personally worked in criminal law for over 30 years. I was more drawn to that and to bring this out, although I am drawn to other cards. I do love readings. I do all kinds of different readings, missing persons, stuff like that. And a lot of my family history was very powerful. So, and I'm going right back into the early 1800s, a lot of things that they had done, which really resonated with making a deck like this. So that's how you have to make your deck. Anybody can make your own ancestor deck. You can't copy my deck and make it. Now, there may be things in my deck that do resonate with one of your ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and by all means, you use it, right? So that's how that one is made. You have to have it made for you and then gifted to you. It's based off of your own ancestors, loved ones, friends, family that have passed. Okay. You make it any other way, you're disrespecting your loved ones and ancestors, and you're inviting in things that you don't want. Okay. And then this is gifted to you. Okay. So that's how that is made. Now, this deck here is the bumper deck. My same elder made this deck for me because I am no artist. So anybody can make one of these. If you're an artist, you can make one of these bumper decks. And this one is just basically, I wanted it to narrow down like areas, like underground, maybe what weapon was used. Was it an accident? Was it intentional? Was there money involved? Are they above ground, below ground? How did it happen? What was used like to take their life? Are they in an abandoned place? What are the ages? Like in the Ancestor deck, I've got a female, but it doesn't tell me if it's a younger female or an older female. Okay, so I've got younger female, I got younger male in this deck, I got older male, older female, I've got mid. Was it this? Was it this? So this is a bumper deck. Anybody can make one of these. I know I've had a lot of people ask me if I would make one of these decks. I have ordered some cards, blank cards, because my elder doesn't have any more of the blank cards. So I have ordered more cards. The thing with that is, let me just scroll down here for a minute and see what else is here. The thing is she would have to make these cards. These are all handmade. These are hand drawn. And then whatever she does to make sure this doesn't come off. This is for me. So I would put this on the back and probably above and beyond ancestor readings down here or something, or ABBR, ABBR, I don't know. Or Willow, just put Willow at ABBR, I don't know. But she said that she would make them, but I don't know what you guys are willing to pay for them. Okay. I'm looking at probably $45 a deck plus shipping. So if you are interested in having her made one, it would have to be paid in advance. I'm going to let you know, because I'm not going to get her to make these decks and then people back out and not want to buy them. That's just not fair. So if you do want a bumper deck made for you by who I get mine made from, the bumper decks anybody can make one of these bumper decks. Okay. Clean record. You know what I mean? Anybody can make one. This is not an ancestor deck. It's a bumper deck. So this gives you a little bit more information, a little bit more clarification on your read. So if you use your oracle, your tarot, they can be used in succession with those decks to get a little bit more clarity. If you do want one, like I said, they would have to be paid in advance. And I'm thinking right now, because I know the blank cards alone for 80 cards is $16, but they are a good card stock. They are the tarot size. They are a good card stock. There's also, getting her to do the ink for stamping and stuff like that. It adds up. And she's not going to do it for free. Like for me, this is my elder. So, I mean, it would probably be around the $45 mark plus whatever the shipping is going to cost. And I know shipping to the States is, I think, around, I know when I was shipping out, like say you guys won one of the bracelets, when I was giving away the bracelets and everything, that was like $9.98 for me to ship it to the States. And it was very light. I don't know how much shipping would be for something of this weight. I don't know. But I could possibly find out. So it's probably going to be between the $10 and $15 mark for shipping from Canada to the US. It's crazy. That's why I don't order a lot of stuff from people that I do want to support. There's a couple of people on YouTube that I would like to support and buy their merch. But when you're spending, $75 Canadian to buy a hoodie, and then you're spending $60 for shipping to Canada, it's like that's a $150 sweatshirt now. And I have done it a couple of times just to show my support for certain people. But so I've got Kate Bell and I've got Des. So I knew Des was going to want one. Yeah, with being in the UK, oh my gosh, the shipping to the UK from Canada is like crazy. Like to ship what I was shipping out, like the bracelets and something, it was like $9.98 to ship it to the US. To ship it to the UK, it was like $26. It was crazy. It was crazy. For like a $10, $15 item to cost $26 to ship it, it just doesn't make sense. So that is the problem that would arise, is the shipping. I'm not making anything on shipping or anything like that. I can show you guys the receipt of what it costs me to ship it to you. I could probably get that. I could probably take my deck, wrap it. Wrap it, like put it in a box, or just wrap it, which would take some weight off. Just wrap it with maybe a nice bow or something, and get them to weigh it for me to see how much it would cost to ship. That's what I think I'm going to have to do. So if that is something that you are going to, yes, big difference in shipping in within Canada, that would probably cost me like $4 or $5 to ship within Canada. I don't know. I would have to ask them, you know what I mean? And it depends where you are, how far it's got to go. Is it going airmail? Is it going, do I want tracking? Stuff like that. So we would have to work that out, you guys. And if I got enough interest in it, and if for sure Kate Bell and Des, I know Des, Kate Bell, let me just mark that down. So Kate Bell and Des. Now, here comes the next problem. I'm going to have to go to the post office and find out, which means I have to go during business hours. So what I will try and do is this week coming, when I've got to go and get fitted for my glasses, I will take those with me and get them weighed to see how much it's going to cost. Kate Bell, what state are you in? Kate Bell. Kate Bell. Because I don't know if that plays a role in it. You know what I mean? If how far it's going. Michigan. Oh, you're not far at all. Well, I was closer to you when I lived in Hamilton, Ontario, just west of Toronto. I was close to you then. I'm really not that. I'm only about, probably 8-hour drive from you now. Because I'm all the way down at the Ontario-Quebec border now. But yeah, when I lived in Hamilton, we used to go to Windsor, which was just before Michigan. And then if I go the other way towards Niagara Falls and that, I think it's New York, Buffalo, upstate New York. I'm really close to New York, upstate New York. Okay. So I know I got your email and everything, I think, Kate. So what I'll do is I'll let Des know, because it should be it's about the same. No, you're a little bit further. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And if so, then we will make it happen. I'm going to put, this is for the decks. So I will order enough of the cards for her to do 2 decks, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, 3 hours to Windsor. Yeah, and it was like 3 hours from 2.5, 3 hours from Hamilton to Windsor. It was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna do Leslie's, and then we're gonna take like a little break, you guys, because I have really got to use potty. So we'll take, and we've been at it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Oh my God. Willow, stop talking. Get to the reads. Okay, Leslie Smith-Adone, and you want to hear from Mom Sonia. Okay, so let's see what we got for you. Woo. Sorry, you guys, for the cough. The ladybug is luck. What do we have for the ladybug? Your goals are about to manifest in remarkable ways. Dreams are coming to fruition. Stop and enjoy this moment. It is important to let things flow at their natural pace. Rest assured that in due course of your time, your wishes will come true. So let's see what this is about. See, this is what I mean. I like this. So your goals are about to manifest in remarkable ways. Dreams are about to come to fruition. Stop and enjoy the moment. It's important to let things flow at their natural pace. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on with the ladybug. Every time I see a ladybug, I'm going to take them as they come out. It's like, ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire and your kids are alone. I know it's not a very nice song to sing, but that's what comes to my mind every time I see a ladybug. Okay, so with this, we got the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is talking about somebody who's very wealthy. This may be an influence. So I don't know if you have got something that you are working towards, a goal, whether it be an investment or a new maybe opportunity to make some kind of money, because I find like this is not so much as like a big business, starting a new business, but this is somebody who's very successful already that's going to help you get to a point where things are financially falling into place for you. And this is also some kind of provider. So this could be either you or somebody who helps provide for you. Strength. This is staying focused. Okay. These are good because they're in the upright. So with this, it's like, don't let your mind wander to other things. And when I'm seeing these together, especially with the ladybug coming out, I'm feeling like sometimes like things are going so good. And it's almost like you want to fall back like, oh, but what if? You can't do that. You got to start continuing to think positive, because you're going to manifest what you give your energy and power to. So even though that there may be some things here that you still are uncertain of, you got to think positive about it, and you're going to have the strength to maybe do that, because I don't think this is something that you're used to just agreeing so easily or thinking things are going to work out so easily. There's usually some doubt there in your mind. I feel like the doubt is going to be removed with whatever this is happening. We've got the King of Cups. So this is telling me, again, we've got a king, somebody that has really mastered stuff, that is in a good place, is in now reverse. This is somebody who's becoming either overly emotional with this situation or anxious. Like, why don't you just listen to me? Just do it. I feel like there's an opportunity that could pass you by if you don't act on it. And I think you're going to have the strength to just maybe let some of those fears go and just go forward with it, even though there may be a little bit of kinks or some kinks that you got to still work out. I feel like it's going to work out in your favor because you got the ladybug and the luck, right? What you give power to is what's going to manifest. So manifest your goals, keep your goals in mind and working towards them. Even though there's some bumps in the road, you'll get over them. Okay, and we've got the 9 of Wands. This is almost like going to battle. I think there's going to be some people here that don't agree with the direction maybe that you're going to take, or with you taking on a venture. It's almost like you've tried something like this before and it failed. So why are you doing it again? You know what I mean? It's almost like you got to put the negativity aside and think positive, because if you bring negativity into it, negative things are going to happen. It's all in what you manifest, right? So thinking negatively is going to bring negativity. Think positive. Um, with the strength, I feel like somebody's going to keep you in focus. Even though there's going to be some people that want you to maybe step back from this, there's going to be others that keep you in focus. And maybe that's why the King of Cups here is kind of in reverse in this position, because they're almost like getting stressed out because we've got this all set up. This can really work out. This can bring us some more money. This can, help us financially, whatever this is, whether it's a new venture or cutting back on things, maybe selling the house you're in to get something smaller. I don't know. There's something going on here that's going to help you money wise. And then we got the King of Cups that is starting to get maybe a little emotional, um, concerned, anxious, that you may change your mind because of the negativity that's coming in. So you need to, let that negativity go and think of long term, not just today. Think of long term. And even though maybe something like this was tried in the past and it didn't work out, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out now, because you've got a lot of know-how now. You've been through it before. And I think you've learned from mistakes. So I think there was mistakes that were made in the past that you've learned from. So I do feel like you can go forward with this and it's going to help you financially. There's something here that's going to help you financially. Don't be scared to take that leap and trust the people that are around you that are going to help you get through this and support you in it. Okay. You want to hear from Mom Sonia. Just give me a second here. Why is this flashing? Hang on a sec. Let me know if I start buffering you guys, because I keep getting a thing saying my internet is going up and down here. Okay, so Mom Sonia, do you have a message, please, for Leslie? Leslie. Sonia, a message for your daughter, Leslie, please. There we go. Ooh, I'm going to take that because it wanted to come out. I'm going to take it. And there's another one. Okay, we're going to take them in the order they came out. This one came out first. It's beautiful where I am. So I don't know if your mom was the type to worry about the unknown, like what's it going to be like on the other side? Is it going to be beautiful like they say it is? Is it all that they say it is? She's letting you know it's all that and more. It's so calming. She's calm. There's no stress. She says it's beautiful here. Okay. The sun, the warm and new beginnings, a whole new beginning. It's like you get to start over again, she says. So not to worry about where she is. She says it's beautiful there. These out of the way. I'm surrounded by loving animals. So I don't know if you were wondering if a beloved pet was there with her. She says yes, and the cat and dog are fighting. So I don't know if there's a cat and a dog, but she's saying the cat and dog are fighting. That's a significance. I don't know if this is to let you know, like, hey, validation here. So did the cat and dog fight in the physical world? She's saying they're still fighting over there. And she's learning over here. When I get this, this is almost an apology that maybe she didn't, I'm not saying didn't want to believe certain things that maybe were brought to her when she was here in the physical world. But she's telling me that she now sees everything over there. And we know that once they cross over and they're on the other side, they see everything. So even though you didn't make it to that family dinner, she's there and she sees what's happening. I like this because that's where we get the love and warnings. The information that helps guide us is we get from our loved ones from the other side because they see and hear everything. They watch out for us and they watch over us. So if there's something that's going on in your life that she feels she needs to keep an eye on, she does. But this here too is also telling me there's an apology for not trusting or believing in what was said to her when she was here in the physical world, because she's seeing now that it was the truth, even though she didn't want to see it at the time. Okay. And this one is significant because she's still telling me the cat's going after the dog again. I'm seeing what I'm being shown to is the dog laying there sleeping, minding its own damn business, and the cat coming up and just whacking him. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't know if that's significant to you. I feel like that's a validation for you. And she wanted that to come out so you knew it was her. So that is for you, Leslie. Okay, so let me go over here to chat. Oh, somebody's mad outside, a little girl. She crying, walking by crying. Leslie, you're very welcome, Leslie. She says, oh, yes. The cat and the dog, tell me it's the cat and the dog that you're saying oh, yes to. Please tell me it's the cat and the dog. Because I'm still seeing that cat walking over and swatting them. Coffee has gone cold. Yuck. The dog Oreo and cat Lily. Oh, okay. That is her giving you a validation that this is her coming through. And she's telling you that they are still doing it on the other side. And she's laughing. And it's like I see this cat walking up like all proud and just whoop and keeping on going. And then like maybe turning around, what are you talking about? Leave me alone. I didn't do it. And then walking away, like that's what I'm seeing. The cat always swats the dog. There you go. So that's a validation that this is coming from your mom. She brought that forward. So you knew that it was her. But she's got your back. She's watching over you and she's watching situations that are unfolding. The cat always swats the dog. See, with me, when I was like in my younger years, in my 20s, before I became allergic to cats, and even some dog here now, we always had cats and dogs. I had 2 dogs and 3 cats because the kids, some wanted cats, one wanted a dog, I wanted a dog. So we each had our own pet. And it was always the dogs going after the cats. The cats would be laying there on the back of the couch, basking in the sunshine, and the dogs would come up and woof and nudge them with their nose or something, not to hurt them, but just to nudge them, just to, hey, get up, let's chase each other or something. It was always the dogs instigating with the cats. I never had one of my cats instigate with the dogs. So I don't know if they were afraid of the dogs, but I mean, the dogs never hurt them. But it was always the other way around at my house. It was the dogs going after the cats and instigating with them and not letting them have any rest and peace and bask in the sunshine. So, and it's not even like they wanted that spot. They just didn't want the cat being there. So there you go. And that's what I was seeing. I was seeing her walk over, swat, start to walk away. Maybe the dog put the head up and the cat going, it wasn't me, and just walking away. So that's exactly what I seen. So that was shown to me because that's a validation. Me, that's so sweet. Fur babies must play. Not all play nicely. Not all play nicely. Like I said, my dogs were just dickheads. It was a Rottweiler and a boxer. And no, they just like, what are you doing? Like in my sunshine, and just like nudge them with their nose or creep up on them and just go "Woof," like this and scare the crap out of them, and the cat would take off. It was hilarious to watch, but I felt bad for the cats. It is. It's so funny. So, okay, so let's take a 5 minute, you guys. Any read that if you want to read, please get it in during the break. I will not be taking any more after the break. Like I said, I've got a lot to prepare for this week. So if you do want to read, please get it in during the break. I will not be taking any more after the break. So with that being said, up next, when we come back from break, we will have Courtney, then Kate, then Miss Missy, then Nana T, Holly, and Crazy Graham. Okay? So if you do want to read, please get it in during the break, because once I come back and I start with Courtney's read, I will not be taking any more. Okay? I've got to leave myself some time today, you guys, to get all this week's descriptions up and thumbnails and times and everything for this trial that's starting this week. Now, we don't know if it's starting Monday or Tuesday, but I'm going to be ready. Okay? And I also have an updated read I got to get done today also, which will be released during this week. So I've got to keep everybody happy. There's some that are here for the trials and that kind of coverage. There is some that are here for the reads. So I've got to keep it for everybody. Maybe I'll even try and get 2 updates in. We'll see how much time I have left. What's the difference in the decks or cards? This is the 2 decks that you will be getting your read from. Then you have a choice. You can either get a message from heaven, which is a message like Leslie just got from someone who has crossed over, who's on the other side, or you can get more information on your read with the black deck and not get the message from heaven. So that is the difference, Mickey Lee, between this is a choice. You got to choose either the black deck for more information on what's come out in your read, or you can forego that and get a message from somebody, and you can name that person. Like, say, I want a message from my husband, Billy, and you can get a message from heaven from them here. But it's either or. You got to choose the black deck or a message from heaven. If you want the message from heaven, when you put in your super chat, just give me the name, like my husband, Billy, or my sister, Jane. Okay, so we know who we're talking to, so I can ask them to bring you a message. Okay, so with that being said, let's go on our 5-minute break. We will be back in 5 minutes. You are very, very welcome, and you have a good week too, Leslie. Much love. Have fun at the movies. You're very welcome, Mickey. Okay, so we're on our break. I'm going to mute. I've got to make myself a warm tea and go potty, and we will be back. Okay, hello, we are back. Okay, let me get added. I gotta sharpen my pencil. Hang on. I gotta clean up my desk area here. It's getting too crowded. It's just like I'll put it there and I'll put it somewhere else later. And it's like this is just all cluttered now. I hate clutter. All right. I do write down everybody who's put in for a read. So just in case, you never know, internet goes out, whatever, I've got it written down so I can still do your reads. So I'm going to let everybody know. I mean, I don't see it, touch wood, for happening today. More so in the winter time when we have major storms. There's times that I've lost my internet. I think it's only happened once during the mini reads that the power goes out and you guys just lose me. So what I do is I will use my phone. I will do your reads and they will be up on the channel for your reads. So you will just have to watch for the little card that I'll put up for those when I lost power. Your mini read will still be there. I will record it on my phone and then post it when my internet is back. So you are not losing out on a read if power goes out. I just, like I said, today, that is not going to happen. Touch wood, and I trust the good Lord above. But that's why I write them down, you guys. So I do have a list of who has put in for a read, just in case something like that is to happen. So I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. If anybody else does want a read, please get it in now, because once I start, I will not be taking any other reads. So if you do put in after I start, then it will be considered a donation. I've got a lot to do to prepare for this week coming. I've got 2 reads that I think I want to do updates on, so I can release them during the week. Well, the ones that are watching the trial are able to watch the trial, but those ones that are here for the reads only still get their reads. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 but so good. And cross your fingers, you guys. We haven't had a delivery today. And I don't see one coming, so that's good. Okay, we're going to get right into it, you guys. So reads are now closed. Take this off the screen. Let's get my chat onto the other screen. Okay, so Mary Michael, I've got you. Mickey Bluebird, I got you. Sandra Lee, I got you. So Courtney anchors, and you want to hear from Mike. So let's see what we got for you, Courtney. Courtney anchors. Courtney, please. Courtney. 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 There we go. Courtney has got the loyalty, the dog. So let's read what it says on the card. You may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better. Okay? So there's something going on here with loyalty. Let's see what it's about. Courtney, what is going on that Courtney needs to know about this loyalty, please? And even though the 2 have already come out, you guys, because you do get 2 from this deck, I continue with the shuffle just in case. We all know that Sometimes a lot more come out. There we go. There we go. So you're getting a double for the price of one. Okay, so we know right now that there's a problem somewhere with some loyalty that's going on. I don't know if you are questioning people in your life right now or things that are happening. I don't know. Let's see. We've got the Ace of Wands. Something's become stagnant. Okay, the Ace of Wands is usually a beginning of something, especially with the wands. This is like taking action, creating something. I feel like something has become stagnant. So whether this be a relationship, we're going to get more cards. You got three more here, my dears. So whether this is a relationship or something that you have been working on, I feel like somebody is missing the point. Somebody is maybe taking this and trying to make it that, or they're just totally missing the point you're trying to make. This is somebody who's not very passionate about whatever this is that you're trying to do. We've got the King of Wands, okay? Now we've got, if this is a male that you're concerned about with this loyalty, it's not him. Because the King of Wands is in the upright, this is somebody who is very loyal, somebody who has got to the point in their life where they want to be. They are content, they are happy, optimistic, and maybe sometimes a little bit of an authority figure. So maybe could try and push his weight a little bit with you, but very loyal. Okay. The King of Wands in the upright is somebody who is very loyal, who is not worried about taking the lead if need be, or falling back to let you take the lead. Okay. So if you were concerned about a male that's not being loyal, it's not this person in your life who is content and happy with you. This is somebody outside of that. And here it is. We've got the Knight of Swords. This is somebody who is very impatient that wants to take a totally different direction than you. So the Knight is somebody younger, okay? The Knight is also somebody who's in a transitioning phase, not really sure if they want to do this or that. So this would be somebody younger. And I feel like this is maybe where the loyalty issue is coming in, because I got the King of Wands who's very loyal. And this one's at a standstill. This one is very, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel it's connected with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Sword, even though he's very assertive in a lot of ways too, he's very impatient. It's like, well, I don't want to wait for results. I want them now. And if you can't show it to me now, then you know that this shouldn't be happening. And I feel like this Knight of Swords could also be the one that is trying to discourage others from jumping on board with whatever this plan is that you have that's in motion, or what this is that you want to do. Like I said, the King of Wands is right there with you, standing behind you 100%. But there's this younger male that is very impatient, and he's trying to really insert himself into things and maybe change people's minds to go against what you want. The Four of Cups, yeah. The person's very skeptical. So this is going to be somebody that doesn't, how can I say this? He's not very optimistic for sure. Very skeptical of things. Doesn't he have a lot of empathy? Very negative outlook on life in general. So I can see how he's bringing this in to your situation. And I feel like this could even be a child of yours, a male child. Somebody that's either saying, you know, Mom, that's not good. Or is this like, it's a younger male that's attached to you in some way, that is trying to maybe put some thoughts in your head that this isn't what you should be doing, even though it is, because you've got this King of Wands that's standing steadfast with you and is very loyal. And it's like, I wouldn't let you do this or go forward with this if you weren't going to benefit in some way from this, or if this was not a good decision for you, I wouldn't let you do it. It's standing there with you, fighting along with you. You got the loyalty there. It's here. It's this younger male that is causing disruption, really trying to push, like, oh, that opportunity, that's not going to be a good opportunity for you, and it's going to end up being a missed opportunity for you. Maybe they have a dog in the race for something, and they feel that you're ahead of them, so they've got to bring you back down below them so they have a better chance at something. Why their intentions of doing this, why they're doing it, I don't know. But I feel like with the Four of Cups coming out, this is somebody who has a very negative outlook on life to begin with. So I really wouldn't worry about these things that they're trying to get, like plant little seeds in your head to make you question yourself. Don't let that happen. Stay steadfast. Like, you deserve what you want, and it's here with the loyalty too. And there is an older male that is right in your corner there and is going to support you and guide you and help you, regardless of what this younger male is going to do. Now, I don't want to say it's not malicious, because I think in a little bit of a way it is, but it's not like a malicious, like they're totally out to destroy you. I think it could be something that they maybe want for themselves, or wish they could do or have themselves. Maybe a little bit of jealousy going on there. Okay. So don't let people dissuade you from doing or going forward with something that you feel is good for you. Stay with the people that are loyal to you. You want to hear from Mike. So let's see if we can get a read from Mike. Mike, do you have a message, please, for Courtney? Message, please, for Courtney. Oh, okay. I'm going to watch just... there it is. Let's see. I send you loving signs through nature. He's trying to give you reassurance that he is still with you. Watch for the butterflies, white butterflies. Now that summer, the warmer weather is here, watch for the white butterflies. That's when you know he's right there with you and around you, okay? Is with the butterflies. A penny. Here in Canada, we don't have pennies anymore. So I tell people, if you see a penny, pick it up, put it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket. That's his protecting you, carrying him with you, okay? He's trying to send you subtle signs. I don't think he's got a built-up energy where he can do a lot. I don't know why that is, unless he's spread himself thin. But I feel like there's going to be small things that he does that is special just to you, that you're going to know that it's him. Okay. A lot of people say it's like, oh, that's weird. It could be a scent that reminds you of him. These are the things that he's going to send you, how he's going to send you the signs that he is around you and near you at that moment. Okay. So watch out for those. Okay. Courtney. Okay, Crime Time with Jess, I'm going to take you because you're a regular, but I did cut off the reads because I just have so much to prepare for this week coming with this Daybell trial and everything. But I will take you because you are a regular. It's whatever comes out. It's not any kind of specific read. It's whatever comes out from your loved ones who've crossed over. Okay, and I need your dad's first name. Okay, Courtney. I'm wondering, this could very well be Courtney. I mean, it's not up for me to decide where this is coming from. It's up to you to place this where you think it's coming from. I'm just giving you the messages. It's absolutely work related. He probably has spread himself thin. Yeah. It happens It's okay, Crime Time. I've got you on the list. Don't worry about it. Bucky, which would you rather me call him by, George or Bucky? You're very, very welcome, Courtney. I get this a lot, Courtney, with spreading yourself thin is when he has a lot of loved ones still here that need help. And he spread his energy across all of them. It does take away from what he can do, but he's going to do things that 100% without doubt that it's him, whether it be a scent of how he smelt, the white butterfly, the penny, stuff like that, the feathers. That's how he's going to let you know that he is with you right then and there at that time. Oh, okay. And Crime Time says Bucky. Okay. I'm going to have to put a banner here. Hang on. Okay, let me edit this one. Okay, save that. And I'm going to stroll it. We're not taking him. Okay. So any other reads that come in are going to be donations because I have to get to work. That's okay, Crime Time. You're very welcome, Courtney. Crime Time, you're very welcome. And yes, he's probably watching over your children. Yes. And sometimes children need a little bit more energy because they're not aware as much as adults are as to what to look for, right? So he has to make sure that he is getting their attention by something that he does, which does take more energy. Okay, Kate Bell. Let's see where we are at with Kate. Oh, let me just write this down. Bucky, right? So I don't forget, because you guys all know my memory. Okay, Kate Bell. Let's see what we got. Kate Bell, please. Kate Bell. Oh, no, don't fall on the floor. Okay, you got two, Kate. We got the giraffe, which is reflection, and we've got the snake. Oh my God, transformation. Okay, so with the giraffe, if you're facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You're advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. Okay, and the snake. We got transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Changes in the wind, and you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you will move forward with hope. They kind of do coincide with each other. So I don't know what difficult time you are facing right now, but it's telling me that there's some reflection that needs to happen. With that, do not rush into any decisions. Let's see what else. I'm so sorry for the cough, you guys. Let's see what's going on here. And you got extras here also. Okay, so let's take them as they come out. So we got the snake and the transformation needing to happen. This is getting rid of the old and moving on to the new, right? And the giraffe is all about reflection. This is looking back and taking your time to decide things. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me that there is a female, an older female, that is surrounding you that is very jealous. She is making things very chaotic. So she could be causing some problems that don't need to be there. If you feel like there is somebody that is maybe putting a stick in your spoke, just as things start going easier, something happens or something is done, it's this woman, okay? This woman is also very jealous of you for some reason, but she thinks very highly of herself. To me, the queen, especially the Queen of Pentacles, is somebody who's very well off money wise, but it's just not enough for her. She's got to not only maybe even flaunt her money or use her money to make things happen, she's also got to make sure that you feel like you're below her. So be very careful of this person, especially in this difficult situation that you are facing right now. I feel like this is somebody, if you allow into your inner circle at this time, could make things worse for you, or she could be the one that is keeping you where you are, whether that be by doing things, influencing other people, stuff like that. But there's also a jealous streak with her. So there's something about you that she's very jealous of. We've got the Two of Cups. Okay. So this is a partnership and a union. So I do feel like things are going to balance out. Things are going to end up working themselves out. But the twos always tell me about a choice to be made too. So make the choice that you are going to be happy with, that in 5 years and 10 years from now, you're not going to look back and regret this decision. Make this decision from your heart. Sometimes they say, you got to really think things through. Use your head. Make sure every 5 cents is accounted for and stuff like that. Follow your heart this time is what this is telling me, okay? Because I feel like that is going to bring the most harmony from this situation. And this could also be a transformation, the transformation happening, whereas before you would really think things through. And I'm not saying you don't have to think things through. You do have to take time to think about things before making a decision, but don't just rule with your head instead of using your heart, because you may regret it in the end. The Five of Swords, this is a bully, okay? Don't let people bully you into either making a decision that you're not comfortable with making, or making it quicker than you are ready to make it quick, because this is somebody who is who thrives on conflict, okay? So don't let anybody bully you. Don't let them overrule or change your mind once your mind is made. Once you've taken the time to reflect and really go over the pros and cons, and maybe rule a little bit more with your heart this time, be a little bit gentler on yourself than you usually are. There's going to be somebody here, and I feel it's this woman. Don't let her bully you into doing or saying or agreeing to things that you are not comfortable with. This person is used to getting their own way. This is a bully. Okay? So be very careful. Take your time, make a decision. And I feel like this time, in this decision specifically, I feel like you need to use your heart more than your head this time, because I feel like if you get in your head too much, you could be making a wrong decision that you generally wouldn't make, like thinking about it later down the line. I don't want you to make a decision that you're going to regret later. So really, really think it through, but then also use your heart, because if you're not happy in your heart, you're not happy with anything. Okay. And don't let this person bully you, because I feel like she does this to a lot of people, or makes you feel less than, like, oh, you chose that. It's like, piss off. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of her negativity like that in that way comes from her being jealous of you. Now, even though she's very well off financially, there's other things in her life that are missing that you have and you possess, and that you enjoy, that she can't have because of the way she is. Money can't buy you everything. Money can't buy happiness or love. Okay. And these are some of the things that she may be lacking in. So be careful of her and her intentions. Okay, so let's get a few more. You want the black deck? Let's get a few more from the black deck from you, just for clarification on this. There's one. Let's get at least one more, please. Okay, there's two more. Let's go with them. We'll take them out as they come. The clock. This is telling you to take your time. This is not something that needs your decision right away. This is to take time. And that's where the progress is going to be made. Okay. Things are going to happen in their own time. Take the time to go over whatever this is and make the decision that's right for you. Self-indulgence. Focus on yourself and your own self-worth. Don't worry about what others are going to think about your decisions. Make sure that you are making a decision that you can live with, that you're going to be happy with. Okay. It's time to start taking care of you and never mind what the other ones. And look what we got again, the girl with the snake. See this? Okay. I believe it's towards this queen, a narcissist, being charmed or used. You got to set boundaries with this person. This is also about enabling boundaries. Set boundaries with this person that you are not going to allow her to cross. I think that she can be very loving at times, but I also feel because of the jealousy with you also that there's more to what she's doing than just being her chaotic, mean self, because she's known to be mean. So follow your heart, take care of yourself, and take the time that you need. And never mind this, like, be careful of this person. Enable boundaries with her. Okay, set clear boundaries. If you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. That's what I say. That's how I set my boundaries. If you're not part of a solution with me, then you're part of the problem. If you make more chaos in my life than happiness, then you got to go. Set boundaries. Mickey Lee Bluebird. Mary, yes. I did donate for a reading, but I forgot to add about my car. Mickey, that's not how these work. If you want a read about specific things, those are paid private reads. These reads here are whatever your loved ones from the other side think that you need to know. They're guidance, okay? They give you insight as to what may be going on and why, stuff like that. The specific questions are, you would need a private read, paid private read for that. And I would go into a full in-depth, long read to get the answers that you were looking for. Now, I'm not saying that what you're looking for answers for won't come out. So it says here, but I forgot to add about my car. That may come out. It may not. It's all in whatever your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side feel that is most important for you to know. Sorry, I did. It's a super chat. Mary offered a device to add the car. And no, it doesn't work like that. The super chat is for the mini read. It's whatever those on the other side. Don't forget, our loved ones, friends, family, ancestors on the other side see everything that we're not seeing because they're on the other side. So they love you, they care about you, they're watching over you. So if there's something going on that you don't know about, like I use the analogy of you're sitting at a table talking with a bunch of friends, you get up and leave, and then they have all this bad stuff to say about you. You go into a business deal and there's somebody in that deal that's trying to rip you off. Your ancestors and loved ones who have crossed over see all that, and they're going to try and give you that information so you can protect yourself. So that's how these mini reads come out. That's why they're only $20. If you want in-depth reads about certain things that you want answered, that is a paid full read, which you would email me to get a full paid private read. No problem, Mickey. I just want you to understand what to expect from the mini reads, okay? Mary Michael. Mickey Lee Bluebird. Obviously, she didn't see my laundry list yet. You put a bunch of stuff in there to Mary Michael. You know how these reads work. And I have not seen your list. I'm not at you on the list yet. I'm still, I only got like 3 people at a time that show up on my screen over here that shows me who's up next. So Miss Missy, you are up next. Miss Missy. That is way too many. That is way too many, Missy. There's like 7 for the first card. That is way too many. There we go. Balance. We got the beaver. Balance. You're being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained overall for wholeness and success. So balance is needed here. So let's see what this is all about. Why are your loved ones thinking that things are not in balance for you? Almost. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We've got the 10 of Wands, too many tasks. You got too much on your plate. Look at that. 10 of Wands, overindulgence, overdoing yourself, spreading yourself too thin. So what happens when this comes out, especially with the beaver, with your life needing some balance? The 10s are about completing things, right? And I feel like you got so much on the go, nothing really gets completed. Too many things on the go, too many tasks, being overworked, overwhelmed. So it's like when you start taking on so many different things all at once, you get so overwhelmed that nothing really gets completed. Or if it does, it's not to the potential that you usually would complete something with. So this is where the balance is coming in. So I feel here like there may be something going on in the background that hasn't come out. They didn't, obviously, maybe it was in one of them 8 cards there that initially come out. I feel like you're putting too much energy into one aspect of your life and maybe lacking a little bit on other areas. So I do feel like you got to take the task one at a time and deal with things in the order of importance. What is priority? Okay. I think even though that there's so many things that you need to do or that you've got on the go, you need to prioritize in order for you to be able to complete certain things to the potential that you are used to completing them with. I feel like if you just give 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, you know what I mean, down the list, there's these things above. When you get to the bottom, it's like, I just can't even do this. I've got no energy left. You got to prioritize. These are the top 2 things that I need to complete this week. These are the 2 top things that I need to give more energy to. If I've got time, once that is done, then I'll kind of maybe do something over here. You know what I mean? But these are the top 2 priorities. And as you complete them and get them off your list, then you move down to the next ones and they move up. You know what I prioritize? Because I feel like stretching yourself so thin, even though you may complete each task, they're not completed the way they should have been, or the attention wasn't given to each individual thing that should have been given to. And somebody in that line is going to feel it and it may rebound. Let's see what this one is. The Magician. Yes, this is making things happen. I feel like you feel at times the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you just, regardless of outcomes, you just got to make it happen. You got to be careful when this happens. Like I said here with the Magician, this is somebody who just wants to make things happen. See how many things he's got on the go there? Something is going to suffer and something is going to not be up to par, whether it be a family issue or a job issue. Something is going to suffer here, and I feel like there'll be a price to pay for that. Let's take one card out of the middle because I feel like I need to expand on that. Yeah, the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands in reverse. This is battling fatigue. Okay. This is like, I've taken so much on now. I just got nothing left. And something important is going to be coming up and you're just not going to have the energy for it. And so it's almost like you're emotionally, physically, and mentally drained. And I feel like you're almost at that point. There's got to be some kind of coming together and resolution to get these things on a basis where you can deal with them, prioritize them, and complete them with the attention that each thing deserves. Because if not, I feel like somebody could get upset here, or there could be a problem arise at work. So if there's work and family related stuff here, one of them is going to feel like they've been kind of kicked to the curb. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a priority, or this is not a priority. And they're going to feel a certain way about it, which is going to cause some emotions here. It's almost like another battle starting. It's going to cause more problems than fixing them. So you got to be careful with that and really prioritize things. You wanted the black deck. And some things are just going to have to wait their turn. And I mean, if you're confronted with stuff like that, it's going to be like, do you want my undivided attention, or you just want me to do this half-assed? Like, these are my top 2 priorities right now. I'm getting to this, but I want to be able to give it my all and do it proper in the way it should be done, or, stuff like that, with the respect that it should be done with. So do you want half-assed, or do you want my all? And I think that's how you're going to have to maybe even deal with some people that may feel like they're being left kind of like down the list a little bit. It's a way of neutralizing those feelings, right? Okay. So let's get a couple more. Let's see. There's one. See the hammer, sabotaging and rebuilding. You're sabotaging yourself. This is a setup for failure. Unless you really prioritize it. Look at this poor guy. Look at this, just carrying way too much, and something's going to break. Look at, something's going to break and fall. Sabotaging yourself. You got to put the hammer down. Let's see if we can get another one. Whoa. Okay, we got a few that came out. Healing heart. This is healing from heartbreak. This is freeing yourself from toxic things. The palm tree. This is about stability and security. Okay, you got to make sure that is covered first, because if you're not secure and stable within your home life and financially and all that, you can't give anything of yourself to anything else. So make sure that is one of your top priorities, is making sure that you are on solid ground in your personal life before you take on anything else. And this is heartbroken. This is something deeply hurt. This is like a separation. This is a breakup, or feeling lost, grieving and mourning. I feel like maybe even the reason why you are taking on so much is that you don't want to feel a certain way of like, I didn't do what I should have done. Feeling lost, grief. You don't want to feel like you missed out, or something taken away. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're trying to juggle everything, because you don't want to lose out on being part of one of those things. So prioritize. And people that don't understand that, you got to explain it to them. Like, do you want my all, or do you want half-assed? Because when I get to you on my list of priorities here, you're going to have my 100% instead of 2%. Prioritize. So that was for you, Missy. Nana T. Nana T. There's one. Whoop. There's 2. You also gotten 2. You got lion, and you got control and strength here with the lion and the bear. This is control and strength. So let's read the lion. The lion. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. Uh-oh, Nana T, somebody's pissed you off. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively. So instead of getting absolutely pissed, and I get this sometimes when somebody knows what buttons to push with you, and you got to learn how to control that, because sometimes people push your buttons just to make you look a certain way to others. Be careful of that. We got the bear and the strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. It may be time for you to stand for your beliefs or your truth with strength and confidence. Okay? So even though in dealing with situations, people, things, I feel like sometimes you go from 0 to 90 real quick, especially when it's something that's very near and dear to your heart. I do believe that there are certain people that are around you. We'll see what comes out. But I believe that there's certain people around you that may be pushing your buttons just to get that reaction so they can say to somebody else, see, that's what I mean. See that hothead over there? So you got to learn to control that anger part. And even though it's warranted sometimes, I feel like, and I feel it even in my life, with two certain people, that they tend to want to push my buttons just to make me look like the bad guy. So they can get what they want from that person, right? So you got to learn to control that and maybe deal with that in a different way. Let's see. Whoop, there's one. It's landed on my keyboard here, so I don't have to go to the basement to get it. Let's see what it is. The Four of Cups. See that? Look at the face. Look at the face. Saying something that's going to trigger you, and they know it's going to trigger you, and they're doing it because there's other people watching and they want to make you look like the bad guy, and you're getting angry because you know that what they're doing is not, they're not doing this to be kind or nice. They're doing this to trigger you, and you're getting mad. See, this is the negative outlooks, contemplating how you are going to react to somebody who is maybe making an offering that you know is not genuine, and they're doing it to push your buttons, right? There's other people watching, and that's why they're doing it. See the eyes in the tree there? There's other people watching, and that's why they're doing it. They're trying to trigger you. You got to watch for these people that are triggering you. We've also got the Ten of Swords. This is a betrayal. This is a betrayal, stabbing you in the back. This lines up exactly with this here. You got to watch, because I feel like there's someone in particular. Let's see. I'm going to cut the middle of the deck and see if we can find out who this person is. I think you already know. We got the Six of Swords too. Okay. So we got the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is moving on from the trauma. Just seeking some relief, and it coincides with this Ten of Swords. You got to watch for the people that are just doing things to trigger you. Okay. I feel like even though you may say there's an instant, I'm just going to give a hypothetical because I don't know how else to explain this. Somebody being skeptical and being outright triggering is two different things. And I feel like this person isn't just doing things because they're kind of skeptical about what's going on, or they want a little bit more information. So, and I feel like it's questions like you're looking at them going like, are you friggin' stuck on stupid? Like I just explained it, but then they're inserting something here just to trigger you to, or undermine you. You know what I mean? To see what kind of answer you're going to give to that. And I think they get a kick out of seeing you all worked up. So you got to learn to start controlling that, because you got the strength. You just need the control. I do feel like there's a betrayal that you're going to be dealing with, or are dealing with, that you're almost feeling defeated from. Watch who you break down in front of, because some people are happy to see you hurt or upset. And I think it's the same person with the Four of Cups that come out that just triggers you. I feel like anything they say, because of the way they are, I think anything they say, they could say, I love you, and it's going to trigger you like, yeah, liar, or, like, because you know this person's intentions. And I don't even know if this person doesn't dislike you, although they may come across that way. I think they just enjoy being able to trigger you. And sometimes it's taken a lot to come back from. But I also feel like there's a bigger betrayal that's behind the scenes here. Are they doing this for somebody else that doesn't have the courage to maybe confront you to your face? I feel like this is somebody that's doing this for somebody else. And it's like, yeah, see how she reacted to that? We're trying to tell you. But it's almost like they're getting somebody else to do their dirty work, because I see the betrayal here. And then the Six of Swords is just moving on from this. Like, better days are coming. You need to let your body recover from this, and let your heart, soul, body, mind, everything recover from this, and just move on. Some things are not worth bringing forward with you, right? You see how there's the Ten of Swords here, the betrayal, and there's 6 going forward. You could there. I feel like there's maybe even a group of 4, or this has been going on for 4 years or 4 months, or 4 is a thing here, because I got the 4 of Cups with 4 swords being left behind here. So I don't know if this is like maybe one group of people, but I do feel that there's a betrayal, and you have every right to be upset about this. But I think you're going to have to go about it a different way, because I think there's other people in the background too. See the one watching? Ha, 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 ha. Got to be careful when dealing with people like that, because they're trying to make you look a certain way, to maybe reel in others. Okay, so let's get a couple more from here for you, Nana T. There's one. One more, please. Ooh, you got 2 more. Not enough. This is being frustrated. This is being frustrated in a relationship, and I believe it's with here. It's like, no matter what I say or do, somebody's always going to take it a different way, or trigger me. You got to have the confidence. You got the control. You got the strength. You need the confidence to go forward. And there's also some jealousy here too. Okay. Soulmates. This is a partnership agreement or a contract. I think that you're going to have to come to an agreement with certain people, even though you may not want to. Just maybe agree to disagree and just move on. Maybe that's the 4 swords that are being left behind here. The mirror. This is mirroring each other. Self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds. Yes. So keep people around you. Basically what it's saying is, keep people that treat you the way that you treat them. If you treat people with love and respect, keep the ones around that love and respect you, without going to these shenanigans here. Okay? Because I think there's somebody who's betrayed you, and they've pulled other people into this to help prove their point or make you look a certain way. So be careful of that. Try and bite your tongue. I know I should take my own advice here, or the advice of the cards here. But I think there's some things that are just, the lemon's not worth the squeeze. Put it that way. It's not worth the fight. There's some people you're just going to have to separate from, walk away from, and just leave them there to do what they're going to do over there. Right? You're not responsible for what other people do or say. You're responsible for yourself. So make that conscious decision to leave that bullshit where it belongs. And yes, I said it. Okay, then we got Holly. Nana T says, yeah, Missy says, for important Nana T. Mystic viewer says, first time for mini readings. Well, welcome. We aren't taking any more requests today, but we are here every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, Holly, and wants to hear from your son, Jason. Yikes. I don't like this sheep card. Innocence. And the dolphin is peace. So let's read the sheep. Sheep, innocence. You're encouraged to reconnect with your inner child in order to become more spontaneous and playful and consider what life has to offer with greater sense of wonder. Take some time this week to get in touch with the innocence and the vulnerability in you. When I get the sheep card, it kind of means a little bit different for me, although this does apply. I feel it's more like I'm not going to follow what everybody else wants because it's what everybody else is saying, like conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. Just because there's a bunch of people over there, I'm not going to follow them just because there's a bunch of them. I'm going to do what I feel is right for me and in my circumstances. I'm not going to, that's why I'm the black sheep of the family. I don't follow, oh my God, you talk to your sister that way? Well, she's being a bitch. I called her a bitch, and the rest of the family gasps. Oh, you called your sister a bitch. Shut up. Get with life. We're 2024 here. Anyway, that's an example. And my sister is a bitch. But anyway, very nosy, very in everybody else's business. A lot of my family's like that. That's why I don't associate with a lot of them. I just keep your business to yourself. If you need help with something, ask type thing. So I do believe that that's some of that coming through too. Don't follow everybody just because the masses are doing that. Doesn't mean you got to. The dolphin is peace. The gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace to your life and those around you. Trust your instincts and intuition rather than trusting what others say, right? And that goes with the sheep, with basically what I just said. But the sheep it's saying you got to reconnect with your innocence. Let's see what this is about. Let's see. That's coming. They're going to flip? No. Oh my gosh, that's way too many. That's like 7, 8 cards. Sorry, but that is just way too many. Let's see what this one is first. The world. This is about big achievements. The innocence and the peace. This is about big achievements, having a successful ending to something. We got the 4 of Wands, which is a celebration. This could be a marriage. This could be the returning of. Okay, we got to stop there. I'm going to take these because they came out, but okay, so we got the world. We've got the 4 of Wands. We've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So, what do we got here? So with the world, this is an achievement. It's having some kind of success in the ending of something. So there's a cycle. To me, there is a cycle that is coming to an end. So I don't know if this is something that has been in the works for a while. I don't know, but there's a cycle that is about to end. So if you've been having really bad luck lately, things maybe not going your way, that cycle is about to end. There's success coming and an achievement, overcoming certain things. With the 4 of Wands, there's going to be some kind of celebration, somebody's coming home. So I don't know if there's somebody that that is coming home that's maybe been away, maybe deployed. I'm almost getting a deployment for some reason. Why that's coming in, I don't know, but I'm getting some kind of deployment. So maybe somebody that's been in the army or has been sent somewhere else for work is going to be coming home, and I see a marriage proposal with somebody there. Um, I also feel like with the Four of Wands here, it's almost like somebody feeling like I don't belong here. And I don't know why. Is there going to be somebody that's not invited to this celebration? I don't know. But I feel like somebody's there that doesn't belong. There's the Knight of Swords. This is somebody who's very aggressive. So this could be a younger male. Not an older male, not a kid, but somewhere in between. And he's in reverse. This is somebody who's like out of control, very irresponsible, can bully people, very aggressive. So is this a person that's going to show up to this that's uninvited and cause some problems? This could be the black sheep of the family too. Whatever this celebration is that's happening, that's coming, somebody's going to show up and try and ruin it. And it's a male, 30s, early 40s, a male. It's going to show up and try and ruin it for somebody. It can almost even be like an ex. But somebody's going to show up and try and ruin this celebration. And remember what I said here with the Four of Wands? It's somebody that doesn't belong. It's this person. They know they shouldn't be there, and they're going to show up to cause some problems. I've got the Queen of Cups. This is somebody overly sensitive, very selfish. Is this somebody's parents? This is a couple. This is a couple here. This is like a mother and son. Or this is an older woman with who she's with is a lot younger than her. They're coming to cause problems at this celebration. Why? It's selfish and spiteful. Somebody wants to get even with somebody. I don't know why. I don't know why this is. Holly, I don't know if you're still in the chat. There's a male and a female. This is either an older woman with a younger man, because the knight is somebody like 30s, early 40s. The queen is somebody older than 40. And they're both on a mission to cause problems at this celebration. And I got with the Four of Wands, the celebration is some kind of join, like a marriage or a coming back together of two people. And these people are coming to ruin that. That's what I got. There's some kind of celebration that should happen. But these people are going to come and ruin it. For whatever reason. I don't know, but it's really selfish and it's very spiteful. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage or something, but this is some kind of celebration that is either about to happen, and these two people are going to come in and try and ruin it. They're going to be very spiteful. They're going to be very aggressive. I don't know why. But it's almost like they don't want this celebration to happen. Okay, so Jason, do you have a message for Holly, for your mom, Holly, please? Do you have a message for your mother, Holly, please? Aww. I don't know if you can see that yet. He's sending all his love. He doesn't want you to pull the dandelions. There's also the message here, and like this is weird. Holly, I hope you are still in the room, because I've never gotten this before. Don't pull the dandelions. I want to wait until I can blow the white poils there. I don't know what you call that in English. the puels, the little things that come on there after the dandelion, they go into that white and you can blow them. He says, don't pick the dandelions. I want to blow them. He wants to blow them white things away. So I don't know if this is something from his childhood. It could be a validation, something about the dandelions, and he likes to blow those little white things off of it. He doesn't want you picking the dandelions. Leave the dandelions there, he says. But he is sending you all his love, and he's letting you know that he watches over you. So he is a guardian angel. He's watching over you. But to me, this is a validation that he's brought up these dandelions and not picking them. Don't pick them. I want to blow the white things off of them. So don't pick the dandelions, Mom. Leave them go until the white things come on so he can come and blow them off. And you may even get to the point where, say you're sitting outside and you see the dandelions that have turned to those white balls that you can blow, and ask him, if you're here with me, blow them away. And you may be surprised, because that's how he's going to communicate with you and let you know that he's around. He wants you to leave the dandelions alone, Mama. So that was for Holly. We got Crazy Graham. Let me just take a minute, you guys. I got to get some coffee into my throat. Tessa's driving. Where are you driving to? Go get me some dinner, sister. Go pick me up some dinner and bring it to me. Yeah, there's always that one person. But what are their motives? What are their ulterior motives? Do you know what I mean? I find a lot of people that hurt others are hurt themselves. Hurt people hurt other people, right? So, if you do everything you can do to try and help that person and show them that they're loved and cared about, and they still continue just to hurt, then it's time to just distance yourself, because there's no hope. Like, I don't believe in just writing somebody off right away. I give the opportunity to be able to help, maybe change their point of view, whatever. And if you can't, like, I can't allow somebody to stay in my life that's just there to hurt people. You know what I mean? And that's a famous saying: hurt people hurt other people. So, okay, so let's go to Crazy Graham. You are next. And Crazy Graham wants to hear from Donnie. Okay, where did that fly? That flew right behind me. Like, that one went flying, Crazy Graham. Here it is. No wonder it went flying. It's a bee. And we got the coyote. So, let's read the coyote first. The coyote stands for playfulness. This is a reminder to not take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. Sometimes let go, let God. That's what I get from that one. B is productivity. It is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get there. Again, priorities. I'm getting stung. That's why it flew behind me. It was trying to sting me. Be more productive. Oh, I'm going to need that bee this week. That's for darn sure. That should have come out for me. So, we know bees need to be taken seriously, right? Bees can sting you and it hurts. And with the coyote, it's like, it's a reminder not to take things too seriously and bring more balance. let's see what this is about. So sometimes it's better to keep the peace than be right in some situations, right? And maybe use a little bit of humor to get a point across that may be a touchy subject. Sometimes that softens the blow of what you really want to say. That's what I feel like I'm getting from that. Um, those were too many. There's one. One of them came out, so one of them were pretty important. And then with the B, it's almost like getting organized, getting things into perspective, setting priorities. It's time to examine productivity, disorganization, and indecisiveness because you're missing opportunities. So let's see. We're going to take them out as they came. Queen of Wands. This is somebody that is the queen is basically already set in her ways. She's got her life all planned out already. This is where I'm at. You can't teach old dog new tricks. Ain't going to happen. I'm set in my ways. This is the way I want to live my life. Accept it or don't. That's basically a queen, the Queen of Wands. Okay. The wands are about if I want to do something, I'm going to do it, whether, somebody or something says I can't, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. It's more about taking action and not just sitting back and let things happening, being part of what's happening. So I feel like you're going to be very involved in a lot of things coming up that I don't know if people think, well, we can't ask because I really don't think she'd be able to do that. It's like you're going to be all gung ho, like, I ain't sitting out of this one. I'm being involved in this. So I do feel like you're going to take on a more leadership role in your own life than what you're used to. It's time to get organized. Priorities need to be set. Um, if you can't make a decision on something, then it's not worth even making a decision on, right? So just let it go. Deal with it down another time. Some people call it procrastination. I call setting priorities. So it's like if you can't decide what dress to get, the blue or the green, don't get either. Because if you really loved one of them, you would have picked one of them at that time. You may go back in a week's time and have a different feeling about yourself, go in and see those same two dresses and automatically, nope, that's the one. So if you can't make a decision, if your decision doesn't come to you like that, like in situations like that, then don't make a decision at all right then. Leave it for another time. Okay? The 5 of Wands, this is coming together. This is I'm done fighting and arguing over stuff. I just want a peaceful life. So instead of trying to organize all these different things, I'm going to organize the things that are most important to me that are going to affect my life the most. Um, and I'm going to work towards those things. And when I master those things, then I'll move on to the other things that maybe aren't as important. Um, everything seems important at the time, but which things are really important? And I said it before, it's like sometimes being right isn't the best stand to take, even though you know you're right. We'll agree to disagree. Things like that. Don't do the battle anymore because some people just look for a battle just to make themselves feel better. So I feel like it's time to just resolve what you can, let go of what you can't. Don't let these other things get you down. Go forward with what you want to do. You're the queen. You are the queen. You make the decisions. You're independent. You're funny. Be confident. Okay. So that's where the coyote comes in with this playfulness. So even though sometimes there's going to be things that irritate you, instead of coming harsh, use some playfulness and say the same thing you wanted to say. But with playfulness, I think it's going to have a totally different outcome. It's going to really confuse these people that want to battle all the time. That's for sure. We got the 8 of Wands. Things are going to start moving fast. Okay. The direction that you're going in, I think that you will see sudden changes if you change that behavior type. You know what I mean? Um, just not jumping in on the battles anymore. Like, I don't need it. Okay, we agree to disagree, or use some humor in it. because that really puts people off balance, right? They expect you to act one way and you act a totally different way. I think that things are going to be more productive that way. And I think that there's some aspects here that are going to need your still stern way. But I think there's other things that you can use a little bit of humor with and just let go for now. Deal with it another time because it's really not that important right now. If it doesn't directly affect you and your life, I would put it on the back burner and worry more about the things that are affecting you right now in your everyday life and deal with those first before dealing with anything else. That comes with this. It's time to examine your productivity, disorganization, and indecisiveness because I think that you're missing out on other things dealing with these. I don't want to say irrelevant things, but things that should be further down on the list of things you should be worrying about or dealing with. I feel like things will move a lot quicker in the coming weeks. There's also something that you didn't think was going to happen for a while yet. It's going to happen sooner than what you think. And I think this is something that you've been looking forward to. And I'm told I can't ruin the surprise. There's a surprise coming. So I do believe that this is something that you maybe have wanted for a long time and never thought that you would be able to achieve it, or it was going to be way down the line if it ever happened. There's something being planned for you. And it's supposed to be a surprise, so I hope I didn't ruin the surprise. You can come back, Crazy Graham, and give me crap for ruining the surprise, but I do feel that there's a surprise coming for you. And this is something that you've thought about or wanted for a while and never thought that it could either happen or wouldn't be able to happen for a long time. It's coming sooner than you think. Okay, Donnie, do you have a message, please, for Crazy Graham? There, and it's on the floor. He's making me go in the basement. Donnie, why? Okay. Oh. There we go. If I'd only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. This is an apology. This is letting you know that he's sorry for maybe bad choices that he made, but he thought that they were right for him at the time. He's saying that there was a decision he should have listened to you. I guess he did something that you were against or told him maybe he shouldn't do, and he did it anyway. He's wishing now that he had to listen to you. Don't forget, they see everything on the other side now, right? And if he would have known that things were going to turn out this way, he would have done so many different things differently, okay? He wanted you to know that. So that was for you, Crazy Graham. Mary Michael is up next. Oh my gosh, Mary Michael. I don't want to read it all. I see there's a big thing there. I showed Des earlier how they come up on my screen. I'm not going to read it. Okay, so we got Mary Michael coming up, then Mickey Lee, Sandra Lee, and then Crime Time with Jess. So let's see well, that was quick. And again, on the floor. What's with all these cards going on the floor now? Oh. We got the Raven. The Raven to me means a certain thing, but Raven here says confidence. Let's see what it says. You are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plane and move to the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection, which you mustn't ignore. You are on the brink of a transformation, and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. Interesting. The Raven to me means something totally different. It's almost like a vulture, fierce. But let's see. It says you're encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plane. So what is that telling me? That's telling me that there's something going on where there's fights over materialistic things. Is somebody getting physical? Like, is somebody really getting physical? Or has the potential to get physical? Like, be careful. Because the raven brings warnings too, right? Does somebody really have a hot-headed temper that you need to be very leery of? Don't get in within striking distance of them. And I do think it says here that you have a spiritual connection. It's all if you build on it. I feel there was somebody in my comments the other day, and they said something about something they seen, and it sounded to me like they were like, everybody has intuition, like mother's intuition, that to be an intuitive, you have this extra ability to go beyond just what you're seeing in front of you or that little churn in your gut. Being an intuitive goes much deeper, and I think that person may have some intuitive abilities that they don't know they have. But I feel here too that, is there an ability that you have that you're not aware of, that you're not looking into? Let's see what this is about. But this is obviously telling you to disconnect from the arguing and fighting, the carrying on about materialistic things. Materialistic things really don't matter, right? It's more, life is more than things that you can buy or that you have. Life is about enjoying the people that you're around, about love, about sharing life experiences and making memories and stuff like that, right? So I feel like there's somebody hooked on materialistic things here. And I've also got somebody that's tends to get angry easy and could become physical. So if you are around somebody like that that gets angry really quickly, just be careful, because I see a physical element happening there. It could be right out of character for them. And why are we not getting any cards? Let's clear the cards. Somebody could get physical. There we go. It fell down there, but I will get it. It's sitting right here on my keyboard. That's way too many. That's about 8 cards there. I'll give it one more little shuffle. Okay. That one doesn't want to go in, so I'm going to keep it. So this one came out first, and this one, then this one. The world. This is an achievement. Okay, so we got to keep in mind this confidence, right? I think that you've got to move past, have the confidence to move past certain things. This is encouraging you to disconnect from things that no longer serve you. This is disconnecting from people who are very materialistic, that think more of things than they do people and connections and relationships. About being happy, they don't care. You know what I mean? As long as they're getting what they want, they don't care about anything else. Very materialistic. Well, this is the world that you've got here. This is about a successful ending, things changing, things finally, something coming to a completion, something finally ending. Like you can see with the, looks like a wreath or something there. And in the middle, something finally coming to an end, a completion, achieving certain goals. Then we got the Lovers in reverse. This is telling me that there's a loss of balance somewhere. Somebody is, and something is very one-sided. Infidelities happening. People aren't being true to themselves. Never mind with everybody else. There's certain people that are around you that aren't even being true to themselves. It's almost like, well, I'd be happy if I just had this, and then they get that and they're still not happy. But there's a loss of balance here. People saying one thing and doing another. So even though there's something that make him come to an end, for somebody it's still not okay. The moon. Deception. There's a lot of deception still going on. Mary Michael. What the heck? See, and I got intuition with the moon too. But the moon is dark. This is deceptive. This is lies, deceit, infidelities. I got infidelities with the lovers in the reverse. Um, somebody, they're not who they say they are, and they'll go to any lengths to protect that. Hmm. I feel there's still people around you that are deceiving you, that are doing things for their own benefit. They could even be causing problems in your relationship, so they feel like they've got more weight on their side. I don't know. Like, are they blaming you for the others? For I don't know. But I feel like there's still something very much out of balance, and there's a lot of deception still going on, and somebody wants it all. But this to me with you also is that there's something that's finally going to come to an end. There's going to be new possibilities that are going to be offered to you, and there's going to be a successful ending to something. But we still got something over here that is causing problems, lies, deceptions with the moon. People, people still trying to change the illusions that people see, you know, trying to make it something that it's not, which could be putting all of this out of balance, because there's somebody that's very one-sided here, very dishonest, lies, cheats, steals, they don't care, and they're drawing in others. So it's like, I don't see things calming down with your situation anytime soon, Mary. I think this is just going to continue to be an ongoing thing. One thing gets resolved and something else pops up, because there is somebody here that is very selfish, very one-sided, very selfish, wants their way, and they kind of tend to bring others in. They may lose some of them along the way because people start seeing through them. But I feel like there could be one or two people here still causing problems even once things are resolved. So I don't know. Something's going to reveal itself there, which may be a game. Yeah, see, lightning. Something's going to happen quickly. Something's going to happen quickly. The lightning always tells me about something coming in quick, fast, not even expected. I feel like somebody may finally be put in their place. This is going to go on for some time yet, but I do feel like there's a change that's about to happen. This is a sudden change. It's just shocking. It's a surprise. It's an epiphany, and it's a transformation. And we got transformation going on here. I do feel like this person is finally going to get their dues. I feel like they're finally going to be put in their place, and it's going to come so out of nowhere, and it's going to be unexpected. It's going to be coming from somebody that you least expect. So somebody that you least expect, it could be the one that's been sitting there quiet and just taking all the shit. Quiet, 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 and all of a sudden they've had enough. Boom. You know what I mean? It's going to be a sudden change. It's going to be shocking who it comes from. But I feel like these people are going to be put in their place. But sadly, it's not going to be by you, but you're going to be able to watch it happen. See, the golden mirror. These are self-absorbed, narcissistic people. And they're going to be shown that. Somebody's going to come in and put these people in their place finally. See this? A one-sided relationship. And I've got the one-sidedness here. Very one-sided. Out for themselves. And we got it here. Self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided. And the love bombing. When they start feeling like they're losing a little bit of control, they'll start love bombing. Well, somebody's coming in, and it's going to change it all. And this is going to come from somebody you least expect. It's finally going to put this shit to rest. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Don't worry about materialistic things. Things come and go. Things can be replaced. People can't, right? Mickey Lee is up. Mickey Lee Bluebird is up next. Oh, let me take a drink of my coffee. Mary Michael. Crime to remember. A welcome. I'm watching the latest video on Sebastian and having an extremely difficult time. Uh-oh. Mary Michael says, your read is so on target with the deception thing, except I know what she is and what she's about and what she's up to. She has to answer to God one day, so she's on her own. She can never agree to disagree. That's sad because this has been going on so long, Mary Michael, with this situation with you. But I do feel there's somebody that has been sitting quiet and in the background that is going to come forward, and it's going to be somebody that it's going to shock you. It's going to be like, oh my God, Uncle Joe that never says boo to anybody is up there and putting this person in their place. He's the type that, and I'm using Uncle Joe. I don't know who Uncle Joe is. Hopefully you don't have an Uncle Joe. But like Uncle Joe's the one that just sits back, hits back, lets everybody else argue and fight. He just kicks back and just ignores everything and goes on his merry way and worries about his own life and doesn't let things bother him. It's going to be somebody that's like that finally steps up and puts these people in their place. Yeah, I'm sorry it's got to drag on and on too. Yeah. But I do feel like it's coming to an end. There's part of it that is going to, there's an end of a cycle for your part in some of this. So there's that. I'm waiting to hear what this A Crime to Remember says. I'm watching the latest video on Sebastian and having an extremely difficult time. I'd like to know what that's about. It's a very sad shame. I don't have an Uncle Joe. Good. Because I was just using a hypothetical. But if Uncle Joe was coming through, I was going to tell you, be prepared. But it's going to be somebody like that has sat back and not said a word and minded their business and stayed out of the drama. And it's going to be that person that's finally had enough. It's almost 2:45. I've got 3 more to do, you guys. So we're going to get through these as quickly as we can. Because I do got so much to do to get ready for this week coming. I'm so old I don't have any living uncles. Yeah, I never know. Mary Michael. Okay. Nikki Lee Bluebird. And you want the black deck, okay. I'm going to let it come out. I'll see if another one comes out. And that one. So you got 2. Okay, Mickey Lee Bluebird. Kangaroo, there's a cycle. The kangaroo talks about a cycle. And the swan talks about love. So this is a love cycle. So let's read the love swan first. You have found your soulmate, or they are just around the corner. Remember, when 2 souls are destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you've had to go through were worth it. Okay, so that is the love swan. So love and lost, I don't know. Somebody may be trying to find their way back to you. The kangaroo is a cycle, which kind of goes in with this. Is there a cycle? A love lost and somebody coming, you found your soulmate. So, but then it goes on to say, when 2 souls are designated to be destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you've had to go through will be worth it. Okay. So let's see the kangaroo. A 9-month cycle is at play. Okay. And I did see in your donation, husband left my son and I, he's MIA. I'm getting here the kangaroo. It's a 9-month cycle. See that? A 9-month cycle is at play. So if he's just left, and I've got here with the love swan, you can see here, when 2 souls are destined to be together, they will always find their way back to each other. So I don't know if this is just a midlife crisis for him, if this is something he permanently wants. What I'm getting here is I feel that he's going through some kind of cycle. the kangaroo is saying a 9-month cycle is at play. What's currently happening will take 9 months to change, to benefit you, and to commit fully. And it also says you have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backward. So that's very telling right there about the question that you had added. Although I don't take questions for the mini reads, I seen it. So, and this is applying. Okay. So I feel like he could be let's see what he's up to. Like, why did he leave? What's going on? What's going on here? Because I'm seeing that eventually he's going to make his way back to you, but it's going to take some time. There's a cycle going on. Let's see. There's one. There's two. Okay, so let's see. We've got the Hangman in reverse. And we've got the Five of Cups in reverse. So what does this tell us? Well, with the Hangman in reverse, this is somebody that's stalling. This is somebody who is very indecisive. They want something, and then when they get it, they don't want it. Then when they get it back, they don't want it again. They want this, but they want that. Now I don't want this. I don't want that. It's like they're constantly changing up their wants and needs. They don't know what they want and need. Okay. And I feel like right now they're at a vulnerable time in their life. I feel like at this point they're stalling. I feel like they're putting feelers out there for everything to see what's going to tickle their fancy. But something had to be a sacrifice for him to be able to do that. And I feel like, I guess the marriage was the sacrifice, right? But I've also got with the kangaroo that this is a cycle. And then I got the Five of Cups, which means healing. This is hope. This is forgiveness. This is somebody, like the Five of Cups. Let's look at it upright. They're crying over spilt milk, but they can't see the other ones that are behind them. They've lost 3 things here, but there's 2 behind. You know what I mean? So, and this is in reverse. So it's almost like it's not going to really matter if I walk away or not because they don't really care. But meanwhile, once he's walked away, he sees these 2 cups behind him, missing him, loving him, caring, like wondering what the hell is going on here, right? Is he going to be regretful and remorseful? I don't know. I think that he right now is at a time in his life that he thinks that there's something better or something more. He feels like he's missing something, so he's putting his feelers out everywhere. And when he gets something that he thinks that he was missing, he doesn't want it anymore. So he goes on to the next thing. That's, I think, the cycle that he's in right now since he's left. That he sees something shiny. Yes, that's what I want. And then he has it. He doesn't want it. He puts it back and goes on for something else. I feel like he's very indecisive. I don't think he really knows what he wants. And I don't think he knows right now really what is going to make him happy and what's not. And then when he does get something that kind of makes him happy, I think it's temporary. And then that falls apart. So I do feel like he's going to have some regrets down the line. I'm getting here. It's a 9-month cycle. So did you want black? Yes. So I do feel like this is going to take some time for him to finally make a final decision, whether he's going to stay or if he's going to go permanently. I think that there's some healing that's going to need to be done if he is to come back. And I don't know if you're going to be accepting of that. And look I've got the rose and the thorn. Like you cut my heart open. I don't know if I can trust you again. Are you going to want that, or are you going to have been moved on? And I think that he's going to lose out in the long run, because I think that you're going to build up such a wall of hurt from what's happened that you're just going to want to move on from it. And that's going to break him. But I mean, it's his own doing. He can't blame nobody but himself. But that's where I think he's at right now. The sword and the rose tell me that you just want the truth. Like, what the hell? But with the sword and the rose, like, he's hurt you deeply. And I don't know if you're going to recover from that. I don't think you know if you're going to recover from that or not. Okay. This is the heart with the key. Like, he was your love, but the heart with the key on his side is also showing me that he's welcoming new love, meeting other people. but it's not going to, it's not turning out the way that he expected. The grass always isn't greener on the other side, right? So that's what I'm seeing, my dear. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight. He's going to end up regretting it. He's going to end up regretting it. But I see a 9-month cycle because of the kangaroo. 9-month cycle is at play. Sandra Lee. Sandra Lee, and you want the black deck also. Okay, let's see what we got for you, Sandra Lee. There it is. We got the Panther. This is guidance. It's time to release your passions, live your dreams, and begin a new chapter in your life. You are encouraged to expand your awareness, eliminate fears, and become a whole new person. You are guided and protected. That is a new beginning. So this is a new beginning. Sandra Lee, a new beginning for Sandra Lee. This is about putting yourself first now, right? I think that you've catered to others long enough. I think it's time that you put your dreams, hopes, and wishes before anybody else's. Oh, you got 4. You lucked out, my dear. So we'll take these 2 that came out first. Okay. But I think also that as you begin this new chapter, I feel like you need to set some kind of plan, like a 5-year plan. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to accomplish? What does that involve? Okay. That's where I feel like you need to go with this now that this is a brand new start for you. This is almost like starting over. Letting go of the past and what's hurt you in the past, release all that and start a new chapter. So let's see, the 6 of Wands. I feel like there's still some things that are going to hold you back from going forward. I feel like you feel like you're defeated. Feel like you failed in a lot of aspects, but you got to keep realizing that what you failed in and all those disappointments have led you to this point, right? And you're going to start going forward. This is going to be a new chapter for you. The 2 of Swords. Don't worry about seeking the truth anymore, because the 2 of Swords is about seeking the truth, and this is in the reverse. It doesn't matter because the past is the past. It can't be changed, right? Is it really going to make you go in a different direction knowing the actual truth? Because I do think that in past relationships you've been lied to a lot, and I feel like there's some inner turmoil there that you really still battle with. And I do believe that, you know what, you got to just walk away, because even if you're seeking the truth and somebody comes, this person, say it's a relationship, and it's, how do you know it's the truth that they're telling you? If they couldn't tell you the truth through the relationship or whatever, what makes you think they're going to tell it to you now? Just let it go. Live and learn by the mistakes and the disappointments and the failures that happen. Learn by that and just promise yourself you're never going to let that happen again. Do a 5-year plan. Okay. This is the High Priestess. You got to take your voice back, because this is the loss of your voice. It's almost like sometimes you just let people say and do things just so you don't have to deal with it. You gotta be able to be in a position where you can feel that you can say what needs to be said and that you're heard. Okay. So if people are gaslighting and stuff like that, you got to make sure that you're heard, because I feel like you don't feel like you've accomplished anything unless you feel like you've been heard. And that's basically what we all want. We want to be heard and understood, right? And we want to listen and understand others too. That's what makes life flow so much easier. But if you're not feeling like you're being heard or understood, you got to turn that around. And it is in the reverse. So that's got to be turned around. You can't just let people get away with that. Don't let them gaslight you. If they're not going to give you what you need, then you need to cut them out. Okay. Then we got the 10 of Pentacles. This is an inheritance. This is good fortune. The Ten of Pentacles is finally things working out in your favor. So I do feel like this is a new beginning and a new chapter. It's time to turn that page, okay? And go with the flow. Make a 5-year plan for relationship, for family, friends, job, everything, where you want to be, where you want to live. Make a 5-year plan and stick to it. If something doesn't fit in there, don't let it in. You've got a 5-year plan. And I think you really need this to get yourself back on track and I feel like you let people walk over you sometimes and you give in just to save maybe a disagreement or an argument. You can't do that. You got to stand your ground. You got to make yourself happy before you can be happy anywhere else. So I do feel like this new chapter is coming. Don't be fearful of it. Embrace it. Go with the flow. Okay? There's somebody here that's going to be protecting you along the way too, and I think it's somebody from above. Let's see what else we can get from this. Yeah, there's one. We need another one. Here's one. Passion. See? Be passionate about what you do. This also tells me about your relationship, or the next one coming is going to be very passionate. You're going to come together on so many different things, so many different issues, the same kind of beliefs and wants and needs and values and stuff like that. It's going to be very passionate. And this new chapter is going to bring that out in you. Healthy choices. Life is about all making these healthy choices. Making healthy choices for yourself in love and in life. Self-care, self-love. And this is what's going to make you happier in this new chapter in your life, because the page is about to turn. Okay? So that is for you, Sandra Lee. And the last one we have is a Crime Time with Jess. I don't know which deck to pick. Whichever one feels right is the one I want. What are you talking? Jess, you wanted a message from heaven, right? Crime Time with Jess. Jess. So you don't get the black deck then, Jess. If you want the message from heaven, you don't get the black deck. Okay. Are you ready, Jess? We should do this on a Friday night with wine, right? On your channel, Jess. Jess's channel, Friday night, you guys, a glass of wine. Let's bring the cards. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Jess, oh my gosh. I have never, and I'm telling you, like, a half a glass of wine, I'd be like drunker than a skunk. And I've never done a read when I've been drinking. It'd be like almost like, what are you talking about? Get out of here. I want a new card. I can see Jess throwing her glass of wine at the computer screen. I don't like that card. Okay, Jess, we'll just get rid of that one out of the deck. Everybody have wine. Oh, gosh. It would be hilarious. Okay, let's get serious. Crime Time with Jess. Let's see what's going on, girl. And you want to hear from your dad, Bucky. Bucky. Uh-oh. I'm scared to look at it now because we were just making jokes. Kangaroo, 9-month cycle again. Oh, boy. A 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. So I don't know if you've been maybe thinking about taking things in a different direction or starting something new. But if you are, now is the time to do it because it's going to explode. It's going to blow up. Um, it may take a little bit of time to do it, but I feel like now is the time to start, especially with the kangaroo coming out. It's a 9-month cycle. Things are going to happen in this next 9 months. It's time to jump on board. So if you've got something that you have been interested in or maybe wanted to add, even maybe stuff with your channel, like different stuff that you want to try, now is the time to do it because it's going to explode. It's going to blow up. That's what I'm getting from the kangaroo. It's a 9-month cycle. Big things are going to happen within 9 months, in these next 9 months. So make sure you got the stamina, though, to keep up, as long as you move forward and not backwards, right? So let's see what this is all about. It's about, I thought that turned over and it didn't. So it's about moving forward in this 9-month cycle. Oh boy, what's that? The 8 of Cups. Uh-oh. This is finding a new path. This is a disappointment. What the hell? Come on. It's an abandonment, a disappointment, and the 7 of Wands. We've got a battle. What the hell's going on? Crime time with Jess. Like, this is telling me there's major conflict happening all around you right now. Like, you're going to battle here. Look at this. We've got the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Cups is emotions and relationships, and Wands is about, yeah, I'm going to make that happen. So I don't know if somebody's trying to take you down. Somebody's trying to interfere with what you do. But you got to stand up for yourself, girl. I don't know what this is here with somebody. It's almost like you're there trying to defend yourself. And look at the @ signal. I don't know if this is this online? See the @ that tells me social media. I don't know if somebody's trying to take you down or somebody's trying to cause problems. Hey, hit me up, girl. You got me. I got you. But I feel like there's a battle. Does this mean that there's going to be a battle within the next 9 months? I don't know. I'm going to pull another card from the middle once we read this out because there's a battle coming. And I've got the 8 of Cups. This is abandonment, disappointment, failed attempts at something. So are they going to fail in the attempt? This could be them failing in the attempt to take you down. And if that @ symbol hadn't been there, see this right here, I would have thought maybe something else, but I'm seeing social media. And you know, I got you, girl. But I see people trying to either mess with you or trying to take you down. And I feel like you're very much disappointed in somebody here for maybe trying to do this, but it's going to be a failed attempt. They're not going to win it's a failed attempt. Like, they're going to walk off. See that? See this person walking off, spilling a cup? Well, at least I did a little damage. I'm out of here and walking away. So they're not going to destroy you, but they're going to try. The frig is this? The Wands, look at. Coming at you. This is rapid events. Like, this is going to happen. Like, one morning you're going to wake up and there's something happening that it's like, where the frig did this come from? Why? Like, this is an out and out attack. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay, what can she do? What can she do regarding this? The Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. This person, is there somebody like this, Jess, that you know of? Because this is telling me that this person here, it's a woman, and she's really overly critical, manipulative, and sometimes rude, but pretends it's all in fun. Like, oh, I was just joking. You know what I mean? Like passive aggressive. Do you have somebody that's this way? It's a woman. It's a queen of swords. So it's an older woman, like 40s, over 40. That's really passive aggressive, that says things and you're kind of like, what? No, 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 no. I was just joking. Just joking. Because that's what I'm getting. It is. And why are they doing this? Let's take another card. Because of the King of Cups. Because of the King of Cups. The King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who's very overly emotional. So this male is overly emotional. This is an older male, overly emotional. They could be a couple. You hurt my husband's feelings, or you hurt his feelings. So now, ugh. It's because of the King of Cups, because of this older male, or there's a male who is older, like 40 or over. And the Queen of Swords is doing this for him. I don't know, because I got the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. They will fail. Her name is Chelsea. Girl, I got you. You need help. You know how to reach me. But yeah, it's going to fail. Oh, you wanted... Okay, I'm just going to pull them. I'm not going to shuffle them. I'm just going to pull them. Meeting somebody new, date. I don't get it. Sunglasses. Gaslighting, perception of this date. Is this over a guy? Somebody thinking they were more to somebody than what they were? And then blaming you for something, so she's going to take it out on you for this King of Cups. I don't know. That's what I got. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. They're not going to take you down, because I see things blowing up. Take on this new adventure, because it's saying here, it's going to blow up. It's going to take flight. It's going to happen, which could take you to a whole new level. Never mind the haters. Trolls, we all got them. We all got them. They're a couple. So I hit that one right on the head, eh? They did come for me and have already failed. Good. Well, they're coming again. They're trying something new. Okay, Bucky, do you have a message, please, for Jess? Daddy, Bucky, do you have a message for Jess, please? So I don't know if they're regrouping, Jess. I'm going to try something else, but I feel like you need to go in a bigger direction anyway and start something bigger, like not getting rid of your channel or anything, but building on it. And because I see it blowing up and getting bigger within the next 9 months, maybe adding something. There it is. He comes to you in dreams. Ask him for advice, Jess. Ask him for advice and ask him to come to you in your dreams. Make sure you got a little notepad and pencil beside your bed. So if you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like, oh my God, I was just mark it down, because you go back to sleep. You're not going to remember that in the morning. Write it down, because this is how he's coming to you. And this is how he's going to try and give you advice. It's going to be in the dreams. He's coming to you in dreams. It's also saying to follow your dreams. Look at this, a warm and new beginning with the sun coming up. Okay, so that's where he comes to you. Just says they're mad they failed. I bet you they are. I bet you they are. Usually when people try to do stuff like that and take down somebody else, it's because they're lacking in their own life. They're not happy with their own life. Or they're not happy with what somebody is doing because it's something that they want. Like, don't let them get to you, Jess. Like, don't ever let somebody change how you are or the way you do things or whatever. Keep going. Keep your head up. Like, I think you're great. I think you're great. If you guys have not subscribed. Subscribe to Crime Time with Jess. Go on over and check out her channel and subscribe. She's great. Friday nights are just off the wall, you guys. It's a great time. I don't get over there as much as I would like, but it's a good time. Be who you are. You know what I mean? But Jess, girl, I've always got your back. Always. It's always in your dreams. Well, that's where he's giving you his guidance and the information that you need is in the dreams. So pay attention to those dreams. Break them down. Each segment of that dream, break it down. Like if you see a cow, look up what a cow means. If you see a cow in your dreams, if you see, and I'm just hypothetically, I'm not saying you see cows in your dreams. I hope you're dreaming of something better than cows. But break down each element and look it up and you will put it together. Unless he comes out and directly says something to you, which he may. If he thinks it's that great of an importance that he needs to save you from something or whatever, he's going to come right out and tell you. He's the one you predicted would try and harm me, and he did. He physically put his hands on me. I told you. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Is this... I might have the wrong person. Did you live with these people? I think it was you that told me that. Oh my God. Jess, my memory is so bad. Are these the people that you lived with at one time? Jess? If so, I remember saying that he's going to put his hands on. It's going to, yeah. I think it was you. I hope you're at that situation. Yeah, so, and when people are miserable in their own life, they try and bring down anybody around them that's happy and doing well because they don't want to see anybody else do well or be happy. They want everybody as low as they are. But yeah, Jess, it's time. It's time to add something new and build that up because I feel like there's something big about to happen for you. It was within days of that reading that he did it. And yes, I lived with him. Yeah. See, I told you. I told you, girl. I tried to warn you. And he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop until he's locked up. And by then it might be too late. He may have seriously harmed somebody that can't be repaired. That's horrible. Good. Good for you, Jess. Congratulations on your new place. And I hope that you feel safe now. And it's your place. Your way, your place. Things are about to blow up for you. I think you need to add a little something. Because I'm really being drawn to it's with your channel. Because I see it blowing up within the next 9 months. And not blow up like, boom, it's gone. Like really blowing up. So maybe now that you've got that safety and security of your own place and you can get calm and you know what I mean? Like not have to worry about these crazy people. But I'm seeing there's something you're going to add. You got to add. You got to add something there. And I see that taking off. Still continue doing what you're doing, but there's something that's going to be added that's going to take off. Hang on. I got to sneeze. Well, that's going to come back to them, eh, Jess? That's going to come back because he's not going to stop. And the next time the cops have an interaction with him, it's going to be worse. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to try and pop over to your channel. I've got notifications and everything on. It's just I've been so wrapped up and busy. It's like I haven't been able to really do much of anything. But I will be popping in and hopefully seeing you this coming Friday. Or whenever I can catch you live. Yeah, well, now's the time, girl. Now is the time because whatever this is that you're going to choose, it's going to take off. Let me know when you do, Jess. Like, pop in if I'm live or whatever, just pop in. And let me know, because I'll promote you. You know I will. I'll stand behind you 110%. Let me know what I can do to help you. Okay, so with that, you guys, I do got to get out of here. I've got tons to get ready for this week. I've got 2 reads, updated reads that I want to do, so I can put them out this week for those who are here for the reading parts of this channel. I've got the Chad Daybell trial that I will be covering all week. I've also got a couple private reads that are already paid for. I got to get them done. I've got to get all my thumbnails done, all my descriptions, all my tags. Jess knows it's not easy running a channel. There's a lot of work involved. So I got to get that stuff done. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to be a basket case by the time this trial's over. But I am going to try and keep everything balanced between using my computer for the live trial for Daybell. I'll use my laptop to do my income tax. I got to get that done. They're going to penalize me. And I'll use my phone for doing other recordings that I can upload. I'm going to try and make it work the best way I can. Maybe the first week or 2 is going to be very trying, me getting into the swing of doing all of this at once. You're very welcome, Jess. I love you, girl. So if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Crime Time with Jess. You won't be disappointed. I got to try and get all this. The first week is going to be hectic. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to end it like I always do. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. I love you guys to the moon and back. Always be aware of your surroundings. I love you guys. Bye-bye for now.